Yeah. Two veterans, two roads, same scars. Glenn Lawrence, DL Saint, no small talk. This is grown man talk. This is grown man talk. Yeah. This is grown man talk. No running from the truth. Two men with a past trying to strengthen up the youth. We fell down, came back, had to crawl before we walk. Now we break the silence open with that grown man talk. No mask, no lies, no fear inside the room. We confront every wound and men keep locked inside a tomb. If the truth makes you shake, let it shake something loose. We ain't talking for applause, we're speaking life into you. Yeah, two veterans weather through pressure and punishment, discipline drilled into every decision and covenant. History, hideous misery, limitless, turned every injury into fuel for significance. We both saw the bottom, the bottle, the rage, the pride that can trap a grown man in a cage. Young men scrolling, controlled by a screen, being so hollow, goes by a soulless machine. So we talk about purpose and working through pain, how to stand in the storm when it's hurting your frame, how to bury excuses, take hold of the reins, turn the dirt from your past and to go through the flames. Nobody's coming to carry your weight, nobody owes you a shortcut to grade. You can blame your father, your mother, your fate, but the clock keeps ticking while you sit there and wait. Get up, stand firm, put your feet on the floor. You were built for the battle, what you hiding for? Every scar holds a lesson, every loss has a cost. You can still find the road after getting lost. This is grown man talk. No running from the truth. Two men with a past trying to strengthen up the youth. We fell down, came back, had to crawl before we walk. Now we break the silence open with that grown man talk. Depression, rejection, obsession, aggression, direction, correction, perfection, confession, the pressure provided, surviving betrayal, the terror of failing while appearing stable. Masculinity's more than performing a part. It's controlling your hands when it's war in your heart. It's admitting you're wrong, then repairing the damage. Being strong enough to face what you barely can manage. We taught women in marriage, temptation, and faith. How resentment gets planted, then dismantles the base. How a man without order gets swallowed by lust. How respect takes years, but takes seconds to crush. We're not gurus pretending we never went wrong. With two men who survived and kept pressing along, made terrible choices, paid measurable prices. Now we turn our mistakes into practical guidance. No participation trophies, emotional crutches. You don't grow from the people who soften their punches. Real brothers tell the truth when the truth gets rough, because love without standards is never enough. Brother, I know you're tired, I know you carry fire. I know nobody asked you what keeps you up at night, but you are not your failure. Your story isn't over. Stand up and face the mirror. It's time to live your life. Yeah. Young man, you're capable, valuable, trainable. Pain can be changeable, great is attainable. Comfort is bitter, dependency dangerous, and blaming the world leaves nothing remaining. Build body, build spirit, build money, build mind. Choose brothers with honor, leave cowards behind. Keep your word when it hurts, keep your family aligned. Stop trading tomorrow for pleasure tonight. Glenn Lawrence the same, bring weight to the table. Now preach of perfection, we're making men able to front every demon, dismantle the label. Put food in the house, put faith at the table. We talk life, talk death, talk divorce, talk regret. Talk the dreams that you buried and haven't chased yet. Talk forgiveness, accountability, honor and debt. Everything grown men feel but refuse to confess. No genuine gimmicks or cheap validation. Just men building men through direct confrontation. Two veterans speaking from lived education, giving young men a map through a lost generation. This is grown man talk. No running from the truth. Two men with a back trying to strengthen up the youth. We fell down, came back, had to crawl before we walk. Now we break the silence open with that grown man talk. No mask, no lies, no fear inside the room. We confront every wound and make you locked inside a tomb. If the truth makes you shake, let it shake something loose. We ain't talking for applause, we're speaking life into you. Two veterans, two men with the past. One mission, help the next generation make it.
What's happening, bro?
What's good?
What's happening, man?
What's good? How you doing?
Hey, man, props on that thumbnail. Props on that music. Yo, man, fuck Don DeMarco on that, bro. You working hard, man. You working hard, fam. I'm impressed. Yo, in the chat, salute to the chat and all that, man. You know, we're running this on my platform as well. Shout out to all my folks, man. For those who don't know, I'm DL Saint, and the man next to me is Glenn Lawrence.
We are Ebony and Ivory. I'm Ebony.
Man, I can't wait to work with him on his joke telling skills. I can't wait. We're gonna listen, guys. We're behind the scenes. I'm not gonna tell you everything, but
we gotta tell him.
We're telling when we're ready, but it's gonna be in real life. It's gonna be some amazing content. I'm gonna make this man a real comic. I promise you.
I want to say shout out to the chat. Thank you, Uncle Guns, for bringing all the facts that we needed in there to say all the pros and cons and all the stuff that we wanted to share with everybody. Make sure you guys go to GridCon this July 24th. You'll see me there in Dallas. Unfortunately, you will not see DL Saint, but you will see him the next time we do one. Actually, DL, I was going to tell you we're doing one in Orlando in November. So
yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
100%.
November. Yeah. But shout out to my boy, the Buyer Wolf. How you doing, bro? How you doing? He says, evening, gentlemen. And then Nikita, how you doing, girl? She says, hello, beautiful souls. Happy birthday, Vali. Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. A rising tide does lift all ships. RP to Thor. Yes, yes. And she says, I thought you were brothers. We are. Can't you tell the pigmentation? The pigmentation
Man.
is there.
If
No?
we brothers, the stork dropped somebody off at the wrong doorstep. That's all I'm saying.
And so you guys are watching Grown Man Talk. So today, really, we are just shooting from the hip. We're gonna be just talking. Let me just say this: these conversations you're about to hear, actually, you guys are gonna be more like a fly on the wall. We're really not gonna pay attention to you because me and DL, we talk on the phone regularly. He'll call me, I'll call him, and then we'll just have these great conversations. They'll be like, bro, we should have just fucking recorded this, And we were talking earlier today about some things we're probably going to cover again. And we just want you guys to hear the conversations that need to be had. There's a lot of conversations that need to be had. And we're going to be doing everything from relationships to just anything that affects men. So enjoy the Grown Man Talk.
Yeah, he ain't lying, guys. We talk all the time. And yeah, we are going to be ignoring most of you. But if you really want to break into the conversation, I'm afraid you're going to have to pay. You're going to have to shoot the super chat. I'm pretty sure we'll read all the super chats. The rest of it, I mean, I don't know. We might show them, we might not. But we have these conversations all the time. This is why I always encourage people, like, if you're out in these YouTube trenches, that's cool. But you got to go outside and actually meet folks, man. Most of the people I rock with, I've met them in real life. And you got to take that time to make it happen. Fortunately, Glenn made it easy because I don't like going back to Cali. So he came out this way. So it's like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? You got to get out and break bread. This is not an echo chamber. And, Glenn and I, we have a lot of
me and DL, we actually disagree on some things. But even our disagreements, there's nuance in our disagreements. So these are, you're going to hear the conversations that need to be had and the topics that we talk about. So, Dio, which one do you want to come out with first? I really want to talk about that video that you put out.
Which one?
About ABBA.
Oh, yeah, I just put that out. Man, we could talk about that, bro. I guess a couple months ago, it hit that ABBA was out there basically doing the same shit he accused like the Fresh and Fits, of doing the red pill alpha male type shit. He's out there running the same version of that game. So allegedly he's out here banging these chicks. He's leading with his wallet. He's using his social media influence and his platform to get these girls to source women. And then he's meeting them and fucking shooting up the club. Get some, baby. That's ABBA right now. Get some. And I guess his game is, I got a low sperm count. Woe is me. So, I really don't like wearing condoms. We don't need them. So just let me bust up in there. And I guess a couple of those weak spermies got through. One of the girls was like, hey, maybe allegedly said that she's pregnant, got receipts, the whole nine. So it becomes a question of, living in that glass house and throwing these damn rocks, these stones. And now people are like, oh, it's unfair that they're coming after ABBA, or they're coming at him so super hard, pause, that, that they're like, what's going on here? So, what's your take on all that, bro? If you're up there on that, that moral high ground, holier than thou shit, and you get caught up doing the same shit you've been preaching and telling the world other people are wrong for doing, what should happen to you?
I think like this is where I'm very cautious on how I critique people, right? I like to know all the facts and everything. And so like I did give, Fresh criticism for fucking up. Like he fucked up the game. He dropped the ball there. And I had no problem saying like, yeah, you're dumb. He was dumb. He dropped the ball. Now, for all the allegations that have come at Myron, right? The Abba and Preach have done, all the allegations they've thrown their way when it comes with women and stuff like that. This is funny because if it would be me, I would make sure that if I'm going to criticize somebody, I'm opening the door for them to come at me for the same shit. And
no turning off the comments, no running from it.
No,
you gotta take it like a man.
He has to take it and say, you know what? I fucked up. You know,
because the fresh thing, like with the fresh shit, I was like, yeah, he threw a pick. Yeah, he fucked up. He should have known better. You know what I mean? Yeah. And, same thing with Myron. With the one girl, she tried this thing with Myron. He threw a pick. It's a turnover. But the whole time, you got Abba and Priest, mostly Abba. He's doing and saying these things, but they're making money off of it. What does that change it at all?
This is the funny thing. Let me just say the funny thing is here. Every accusation that has been thrown at Myron has become unfounded. They've been discredited. They become out not to be true. I'm talking about the girls accusing Myron of anything. Right. This girl has been verified. She has the evidence. Like I watched that video, bits of the video. There's damaging evidence there that supports that, Abba is a dirty dog. And he did the same shit that he accused Myron of doing. It's almost like he was projecting almost the entire time of his character. This is why I'm like, you guys got to be careful who you criticize and what you criticize people, because people will remember that. And if you're going to throw stones, don't be surprised when your glass house is broken, right?
And Glenn, here's the thing. He's doing and saying all these things, Abba is, while at the same time he's doing the shit. Yeah, there was overlap there. Like he's getting on whoever, and at the same time he's doing the exact same thing. Yeah, what a hypocrite.
Well, it's funny because remember the nice guys, the safe guys. Abba tries to fall into the nice guy, safe guy role, and I've always said the nice guys and the safe guys are the most fucking dangerous men out there. You know why? Because they will act like you're the man that there's no, you could trust them, and there's none of this. They manipulate their way into your pants. All right, you don't have the desire. They manipulate that shit. And then they get you caught up in a situation like this. Like the girl said, he was cracking her from the back and he took it off. He took the condom off. That right there is a crime, bro.
In some states, it could be. I mean, how do you really prove that? Oh, man.
I don't, because if the consent is safe sex, and that's how she said she wanted it, and that's you agreed upon, and then you remove the condom and then you try to go back in, now you're exposing her to something that she didn't want to be exposed to.
I see the logic in there, but it's just most people don't sit down and have that discussion like, okay, this is how we're going to do it. It's going to be safe because here are the positions we're going to use. You know what I mean?
No, not the positions, but she's going to say, hey, no sex without condoms. And he agrees to that.
I've never experienced that okay, no. I've had women to say, okay, no sex without condoms. I'm like, well, I ain't got none. You got none. You ain't got. I guess we ain't doing nothing. And then 30 minutes later, she's like, okay, just make sure you put it or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I hear you. If that's I mean, it definitely is a gray area, but it's like no means no. And then if it's yes, but only under these conditions, I'm cool with that. But like I said, I mean, most people don't sit down and have that discussion.
Well, they'll be like, a girl be like, hey, you got a rubber? No, then go get one. Right? Like, and
okay, you go, but you know how that goes. You go get one, you get 2 packs, you go through 6 of them. She still wants to do some more, like, yo, I'm out. And then they're like, come on.
I don't think that was Abba's situation. He had it on. He's drilling her from the front in missionary, and then he flips her over, and then he takes it off. That is grimy shit because she consented to safe sex. She did not consent to unsafe sex.
It is. And real quick, shout out to Uncle Guns, man. I meant to say that at the top of the show. It slipped my mind. Shout out to you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Down to Marco to you, fam.
Actually, let me hit this chat real quick because I saw something that I thought was funny. Right here. Tessica says, yo, Glenn, I watched Rollo stream. He begrudgingly gave you props on Jubilee win for the body count segment. Oh, thank you. Well, That
Man, stop
had to
hating.
be that had
You
to
need
be
to
hard
stop
for
hating,
him.
man. You need
That
to play
that had
right.
to be hard for him. That had to be hard for him. So I appreciate him lowering his anger with me to give me my props. Give me my
Say that one
flowers.
more time. Like say Rolo, I appreciate you, fam.
I can't call him fam, but can I call him bro?
Okay, call him bro.
Rolo, I appreciate the compliment, bro. There we go. Okay, we good?
That's grown up.
That tasted bad.
That's grown up though, man. That's grown up. That's what I'm talking about, man. Let's play nice in the sandbox, man. Because it's plenty of money for all of us to do a little something. And I'm not talking about grifting people. I'm just talking about being able to work together and do things at these events. Sell merchandise and all that kind of stuff, man. Because the Meadow Swamp. Go ahead.
Because I'm going to Dallas next week. You guys know that. I'm linking up with Cooley from No Fugazi. Me and him are doing something afterwards. Andrew Wilson will be there. Bunch of people are gonna be there. It's gonna be a really good show. It's gonna be a really good outcome. And then I hit up Pearl today. I told her I'm gonna be out there, and she's like, "Yo, we gotta link up." So me and Pearl be doing things, Miss Pearly things. So
shout out to Pearl, but I remember when Donovan Sharp had his birthday party in Brickell a couple years back. Pearl was there. I was talking to her, and I asked her about some of her comments, about slavery being good for Black folks, and and all that type stuff. And she was a little, caught off guard. I guess she figured, oh, I'm in here with the fam, and I was like, look, I'm not coming for you. I'm just kind of curious, like, where'd you get that? Like, how did you form that thought? And she was, trying to come up with an answer, and then something jumped off, like it was some drama with some chick who tried to slide in there that Donovan couldn't stand. So I ran over to kind of put that fire out. But Pearl made it her point. She made it her business to stay away from me for the rest of the night. She never came, you know what I mean? Because I wanted my answer. Like, yo, I'm curious. I'm curious.
I don't even get it. I hate getting into historical debates like that, because like we could say for sure that the slaves in America were not treated like the slaves in the Bible were. Like the slaves, if you were a slave in the New Testament, like you were treated well. Your master was supposed to treat you well, and it was only for 7 years. It was like a debting slavery. Like you owed money and then you worked it off. Or you want to get married, you want to marry the dude's daughter, you worked it off,
Yeah, or you got captured. You got captured in war. You got conquered, and it was a class. There was the slave class.
Yeah,
the way Americans did it. Yeah, the way Americans did it was very unique to America, to the Americas.
It actually was very unique to the world, for the Western world, because
and that's what I meant. Like it was not the standard, like the class of slavery. I mean, it was just brutal. It was absolutely brutal. And most people don't, like you said, the historical stuff, it's like all you got to do is read. What I mean? I got a book right here. It's the Frederick Douglass was talking about, himself. And it just is eye-opening. I'm like, damn, how come we weren't told to read this in school? This is brutal.
It's crazy. Like my stepdad, my stepdad's Black. My siblings are Black. And my stepdad has the family book, right? His family wrote history. They all passed this big book down, and everybody had to write in it. Everybody was writing in it. I'm just reading history from his family, like from, when his family got here, when did they started, like just like the lineage and everything. It is crazy. It was really eye-opening.
You want to check this out, the narrative of the life of Frederick Douglass. I mean, look, guys, it's not even like a tough read. Like you can knock this out in the afternoon. It's really eye-opening. But I'm not here to talk about that. But I just wanted to make that point. I was like, yo, Pearl, I'm just asking you, like, where'd that come from? And she was like, out of there, bro. She was out of there like the road runner, fam. Yo, man, she was like, beep, beep.
That's funny. That's funny. I was just talking to Donovan the other day too. Donovan's good people's. Donovan's always been good people's in my book. I don't know why people have a beef with Donovan.
Because he comes off harsh. I mean, I can see why, but I mean, it's like, but you don't get the chance. Go get to know the guy. At least go observe him away from the YouTube platform. Go observe him in the wild, so to speak. I'm like this. I ain't got a problem with Donovan Sharp, man. Do I agree with everything? No, but I get where he's coming from. I think he's a cool dude.
You know who I'm gonna have a conversation with soon? Is Paul Elam.
No kidding.
Yeah. He just emailed me while we were streaming. I saw the notification come up.
I mean, because it was Paul and Shaw. This is Shaw, man. They had that
Yeah,
debate with Rolo and Michael Sertain. I thought,
yeah.
and Shaw's one of my guys, man. I saw him very early on, and I'm like, this dude right here, keep your eye on him. So shout out to you, brother. Like, and I thought that even though I was more in Rolo and Michael Sertain's camp, I think Shaw did a really good job.
Oh, this
You
is
know,
Shaw's great, man. Shaw's great. I've had him on. He's a good dude. He knows his history too. Like he's really in it.
yeah, let's
But
bring back the dowry, y'all. Bring back the dowry.
he's all about that. Let me ask you this: like, what is there is a rise? All right, this is my okay. I'm just gonna say it. I think the red pill is being infiltrated by gay men. Okay, they want you not to like titties. They want you to hate women. Okay, they don't want you to marry them. They don't want you to get with them. They don't want you to trust them. They don't want nothing to do with women. To me, that is homosexual.
Okay. Um, I think that what I think is going on with the red pill is I think the guys in the red pill world, and I'm talking about that small sliver of dudes who really want to do better, the guys who are truly looking for answers and trying to be the best version of themselves, which is a small minority. The vast majority of dudes are just in there because they're fucking quitters. They gave up. They're just in there talking shit. You know what I mean? They don't really care. They hurt and they want everyone to hurt. I ain't talking about them. But for the guys that are actually doing the work, I think that now we're going to see the red pill shift from the hardcore, tough love, drill sergeant-y, F these 304s, bang these 304s, women ain't shit. I think we're coming away from that. And I think we're getting into an era where people want answers. Like, hey, man, what are some answers? What is your experience? How do you handle this? What did you do when you dealt with that? And I think there's gonna be more of a shift that way. As far as the sassy crew getting in there and feminists coming
Bro,
in there.
have you been on Twitter?
Twitter is a fucking nightmare, bro. Like, I mean, it's why I be on Twitter. I'm on X. This is streaming on X right now. Like, I'm streaming on YouTube and X.
I'm on X too, bro. Like, okay, let me just read you a comment that I got for today. This is what I'm getting. This is what I'm dealing with. I deal with some of the most fucking ignorant people in the world.
Why is the question? Why?
No, because it's cheap entertainment sometimes. I gotta admit it. So this is what I said. All right. I said the red pill has been infiltrated by one of two groups. Either gay men who don't actually like women, build families, spend every day talking about never getting married, never trust women, or straight men who benefit from convincing other men to opt out, leaving fewer competitors in the dating marketplace. Either way, if your advice leads to fewer marriages, fewer families, and more isolated men, maybe it's time to ask who's really benefits, right? And then this nut job goes, anyone who favors marriage over correcting behavior in their messaging is not your friend. Marriage today in modern era is a shit show that destroys men. Don't listen to this guy. I'm like, do you not realize I come at both men and women? I call them both out equally. Like I have no qualms about calling out people. Like if you're on the wrong side, you're on the wrong side. I'm just going to say it, But to sit here and try to say that I'm encouraging men to get married and just go through the slaughter, this guy's an idiot,
I mean, here's the thing. I really think that the red pill man on swamp is going to morph into a place for solutions, like to some of these problems. Here's my problem. I think men and women are better together than they are apart. I think men and women should come together. But I think it can be a foolish endeavor to get legally married in America. Not always just a risk that the man is taking, but women are doing better now. Women are coming out of college in higher numbers. They're making more money than they ever made before. When you get into the family court system, you'll realize they don't give a shit about gender. They just want to know who has the money. And they're going to take the money and give it to the other person.
let me tell you how I walk. Like I just coach. I told you about the guy that just got married.
Yeah.
And he came in and announced it and everything like that. Let me walk you through my process of coaching guys to do this. All right. Before you even get married, before you even think, before you're even dating, all right, you should do this while you're still single and, just establish a trust. Okay. Put your house, your vehicles, your assets in that trust. Create an LLC, right? Have the LLC oversee your irrevocable trust. Make yourself an employee of that trust. Pay yourself, right? So take your money from your wages, put it into your LLC, and then pay yourself, a percentage of that, right? Whatever your wages are. So, because if your house payment and your car payment are all paid by your LLC, right? That's a tax write-off for one. Two, it's not an asset that you own. It's in the trust that your LLC owns. So if you get married, one, the money that you're living off of, your paycheck that you're getting from your LLC is going to be a fraction of what your whole income is, right? Because you're putting it into your business. Now, if you are going to get divorced for whatever reason, they can only go off of what is the W-2 that your LLC provides.
Yeah, your W-2, your 1099s or whatever it is. Yeah.
Yeah. So now when you put all your assets in there, now let's say you find somebody, you date them, you like them, you want to marry them, you get a prenup a year before the marriage. You do that immediately. Once you're ready to say I do, first you have to let her get to know that, make sure she understands you're going to have a prenup. And one, the prenup needs to be able to, you have to put it this way. I love how James Sexton said this. Prenups to protect both the men and the woman in this. It's not just one side only. It protects both parties. So you get a prenup. Now you can get married and not have to really worry about what the state's going to do. Because if you get a lawyer to draft the prenup in the state that you're getting married in, that prenup is ironclad. Now, the only problem it has, if you move out of state and the marriage law is different in a different state, your prenup may have problems, But
well, I mean, if you're a person with real bread, they're gonna have contingencies in that, and clauses in that prenup is gonna, capture every 50 state. Each state, because they'll go through, and because here's the thing, most states are really close anyway, so it's not like that much extra work, and then you can kind of look like, hey, bro,
one verbiage change could change the whole throw the prenup out.
Yeah. So, but you have these contingencies, and you got to continue to do the paperwork. But here's the thing: what you're saying is like very detailed, and you guys went one-on-one, and they kind of walked the guy through it. What I'm talking about is, in general, I think the red pill message is one of, at least what I preach over here, is just understand how the game works. Simple as that.
And my thing is, once you understand how the game works, and if you want to continue playing the game, let me tell you how to prepare yourself, for the best, to put yourself in the best position to be successful. Right. And here's the thing. If you tell your woman you're getting a prenup and she says, I'm not going to marry you, then that's not the woman for you, because the woman for you will be like, yeah, no prenup. Let's get a prenup. Let's do it. Fine. Whatever.
The women I'm dealing with now at my age, I'm in my mid 50s. The women I'm dealing with, they want to have the prenup talk. They want the paperwork. They want it because they're trying to protect their assets. Shout out to Brother Paulo and Financial Frontier USA, man. Shout out to y'all. It's good to see y'all there in the chat. They're on my side of the world. But I appreciate y'all, man. And Brother Paulo, you're asking about Andrew Tate. I did a video on it that just kind of gives you the basics. If you want to watch that, we might talk about that here. We might get to that. We might get to that. Yeah, we might get into that. So it'll be a little later down the road. But here's the thing. There are forces out there that don't want men to think about this, right? They want people to believe in the Disney fairy tale for one reason or the other. They want people to believe in traditional marriage in the church and stuff like that for one reason or the other. It's not it's not like, oh, it's just feminists or gay people or the Matrix against men. It's everyone has their own reason. And here's the thing, fellas, when y'all don't understand what can happen, like the consequences of your action, it's hard to deal with it when it does. A buddy of mine, Perry Davis Jr., Esquire, shout out to you, Perry. He built a very, very lucrative, very profitable law business, law firm in Cincinnati, Ohio. I think he's about to retire soon. And I talk to him about this stuff all the time. You know, he talks about family law. He's done criminal. He's done everything, right? He's done, you know, everything. And he says, yeah, man, the one thing I noticed when it comes to these marriages, these divorces, men and women, he's like, women plan, men react.
Yep.
You feel me? And that right there,
Yep.
if that's the only thing you take away from the red pill message, like, shit, man, I need to be planning and not reacting. And that's what,
And
that's what the prenup is.
that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm giving them a plan to execute so that they could, you know, protect themselves. Like every woman that I've talked to, I go, yo, if you fucking with me, you're down with a prenup. If we get to that point, you're getting a prenup. There's no point in us talking in right now anymore if prenup is not in your vocabulary. Right?
Let me ask you this. Does every guy need a prenup? Does every woman need a prenup? In every it's like every situation.
No.
Explain.
Because if you do not have assets, if you are still at home, if you are renting, you don't own anything to lose. You have nothing to lose. You know, only 15% of men are paying alimony, right? 10 to 15%. That's historical. Okay.
That's insane.
That's
and
so
you got to show me that
guys,
data. I didn't know that. You got to show me that data, but that makes sense.
So all these guys that are afraid to lose something, you ain't got nothing to lose.
Bro, I tell dudes all the time, man, I'm gonna get a prenup. I got this girl. I'm like, so what do you do? Like, well, you know, I'm working at Target right now. I say, all right, bro. Like, yeah, I'm
right now.
Yeah,
like,
I'm gonna reach out to James Sexton.
Target.
I'm gonna reach out to James Sexton to get a prenup. I'm like, bro, you know, James is gonna charge you like $15,000 to $25,000 for that prenup, man. You ain't even making that in a year. So what are we doing here? That doesn't make any sense. Now, does it mean that guy, if and that woman, if they decide they do want to do some paperwork, I mean, they can do it on their own. You know, they can chat GPT it or Claude it and then, you know, go through it themselves and sign it, have it notarized.
Good luck.
Yeah, good luck with that.
It's not going to get held up in court, but good luck.
But here's the thing: neither one of them. I mean, like y'all ain't got nothing, and that's fine. And it's
better when like two people have nothing and they come together and then they build together. Then that's an empire.
And when that happens, if y'all decide to split, she earned half or he earned half. So I mean, what are you crying about? Just go ahead and split the assets. So when I look at it, I tell people, you know, I'm like, because I used to be like everyone else. Oh, I'm gonna let her live with me. All that kind of stuff. You know, I got that Cuda cat laying right next to me, man. I got access to this Foxy Brown whenever I want it 24/7. She's gonna cook and clean, blah, blah. But when I don't recommend that in today's world. Like, don't cohabitate. And if you do it, make sure y'all sit down with an attorney and get a cohabitation agreement. Because when y'all break up, y'all gonna break up. You guys need to know how that's gonna look. And that cohabitation agreement can also cover, you know, in case you guys slip up and have a baby. So now you're kind of already going to establish, okay, this is what the parents is going to look like. This is the percentage, you know, this is how we're going to do it. Who's going to pay for what? And then you take that with you into the court. You won't even make it past the arbitrator. You won't even have to really do it.
You only have to go through the mitigation.
Right. Well, I mean, because
you already have you would already, as soon as you file, if they filed, you would already have the mitigation already done with, because you already said, here you go. This is what we already agreed to. Right, it's already been signed. Lawyer signed it. You know, it's already documented. So
the judge just signs it, and then boom, it just enforces. So
that's the order. Yeah.
But the whole point, and when I talk to folks about the red pill, because a lot of my friends are like, I don't know why you be over there with them weirdos. I'm like, it's weirdos everywhere. Like, come on, man, there's weirdos on the blue pill side, weirdos on the red pill side. But I'm over there so these guys can get the opportunity to have someone plant a seed that they can think the shit through. It's like, okay, everybody wants to get themselves a girl. Everybody wants to get themselves a baddie. You know what I'm saying? Okay, what do you do now? I think it was an old saying. It was actually a Tom Clancy book called The Teeth of the Tiger or something like that. So, but the old saying is, you know what I mean? If you grab a tiger by the tail, you better have a plan for his teeth.
Yeah.
Right? Like, that's what it is right there.
Think about this, though. Think about this. Like, you have these conservative red pill guys now that they can't stand a woman's cleavage. Like, God damn the woman that has cleavage out, right?
That's gotta be a black pill thing. That's not a red pill thing, is it? Is that a red pill thing? It's got to be a black pill thing.
These guys want virgins that don't show cleavage. They want them in burqas, okay? And
there's a region of the world where you can get that. I mean, there's a region you can move there.
And then you get like oh, don't trust any women. So it's like women cover up, don't be attractive. So this is my thought process. Either these guys are married to ugly women and they're trying to like cope for their ugly wife, like, oh, I don't like nice titties, baby. I like your old saggy titties. Like your old saggy titties are amazing. And they might be, but whatever. Like, or they're gay and they want to push you away from women. Or they're straight and they want you to be out of the competitor's marketplace. So you think all women are bad. So that way he has the pick of the litter.
There's one more option. They quit. Brother Mandrell's in the building. What's good, fam? My favorite Green Beret. I see you, son. What's up? Thank you. I'm glad you're here. They quit, Glenn. And I can't stand quitters. This is why, in the red pill spaces now, like I talk to some of the dudes to be saying what they say, and I confront them. And then I figure out that you just quit, and I fucking hate quitters, bro. This is how I feel about quitters.
Are you quitting on me? Well, are you? Then quit, you slimy fucking walrus fucking piece of shit! Get the fuck off of my obstacle!
That's how I feel about you damn quitters out there, you fucking water boys. There get so many water boys in the red pill space. These are the quitters who run around, they're water boys, and they're bitching and moaning because the quarterbacks and the wide receivers are banging the fucking cheerleaders, and they're just a water boy. Fuck them water boys. If you want my respect, man, you got to at least try. The water boy didn't even try. He didn't go through 2 days. He didn't even get a chance to get cut. I can't respect somebody who's a quitter and won't even try.
Bobby Boucher did. Bobby Boucher was the best. What are you talking about?
Hollywood Magic right there, but I'm talking about the real water boys. Okay. Did the water boys on your football team, did they get a letter? Fuck no, they didn't get a letter. You don't own a letter. You're the water boy. You know what I'm saying? At least I can respect the manager. Most of the managers just got cut or they broke their leg or something.
Yeah, they were injured. They're a player that wasn't injured. Yeah. And it's like, you got to look at who's this benefiting. If it's lucrative for me to tell you to not date women, to stay away from women, if I'm telling you that it's all women's fault, not your fault, it's never your fault. It's women that are hoes. Women just come out the womb being hoes. It's not your fault that she's promiscuous. No, that right there is a fucking seller's market, because it's just like, oh, thank you for validating me. It went from guys simping for women wanting women's validation to now guys simping for men wanting men's validation. It's like, oh, I called that woman a whore. You like that? You like that? My favorite influencer? And there's a problem with that.
Well, you know what it is, bro. They're being seen. I don't think people truly understand what it is to be invisible. I mean, the invisible guys get it, but I've never been invisible in my life. Shit, I try to be invisible. I lurk in the shadows, trying not to be seen. And you got guys trying to do anything and everything they can to be seen. When you like with the red pill stuff, I ain't got a problem with the Tates. I ain't got a problem with Andrew. Well, Andrew came out and he did the his academy, the War Room. Right. It was like $1,000 or something like that for the whole year at first. And then it wound up becoming, tens of thousands of dollars a month. And he got all these guys in there.
My boy Jay Sting was one of the founders of the War Room with the Tates.
So they got in the War Room. Here's the thing. Yeah. Those guys that were in the War Room, they weren't there to network. They weren't there to compare notes. Those guys were in the War Room because they wanted to be seen. They went in there. They're trying to be little Andrew Tate clones. This isn't Tate's fault. But these guys were paying tens of thousands of dollars a year just so they could be seen. That's the plight of the invisible man. And that we got a whole bunch of invisible dudes. And it's like, if you do the work, you can become seen. But most people don't realize what it is to be invisible. Women can't understand what it could possibly be like to be invisible. There's not a single invisible woman in the world ever. Everyone, I don't care how big she is.
Fat, ugly women are definitely not invisible.
They're not invisible, but these guys are. So I think a lot of these dudes, like, because you said it, Fresh and Fit or whatever podcast, like whatever podcast you want to look at, you have all these women, they're dunking on it. That one time Michael Sartain brought a bunch of women on there, and he brought this one woman that had she had fake everything, bro. I don't think she had any original parts left. I mean,
I think that was his girlfriend. That's his girlfriend.
That was his girlfriend at the time. Jesus Christ, Mike. But you like, so she's on there, and all these dudes.
You talking about the one that told him no or told him to be quiet?
Well, but here's the thing: all these dudes was talking mad shit to this woman. They were going in the chat. They were going crazy, and she said, "Yeah, that's the most money I've ever made on my OF account ever."
Yep.
Because all those dudes went over to her OF and was, giving her money. And then now that's what Fresh and Fit is now. And again, I'm not hating on Myron and Fresh, but I missed the early days when they actually had conversations with women, real women. They didn't have anybody going out there to wrangle women. You know, Myron and Fresh was just bringing chicks in and having conversations. You had a couple really, really good conversations. You know, you had Slow Jams on there. You had Nita the Pineapple. You had Bianca on there. And then you had like real conversations. It got wild every now and then. But now it's just crazy because, again,
it's all about the wildness. It's all about the entertainment factor these days.
It's getting them paid. But those dudes in the chat, man, it's like these dudes ain't real. And again, it's just it's even like with Alba. Those guys are doing the same thing he's doing. They're talking all this shit. They're doing whatever, and then they turn around and they reward the same woman with money. You know what I mean? And
and this is where it gets me. It's like if attention is gold in girl world, how about you just don't give them any attention if you don't like the behavior? Because why do you have to acknowledge the bad behavior? Why, if she's doing bad behavior, women don't get my attention if they're doing bad behavior. Why am I going to reward it? If I acknowledge it, it's bad. Why do I want it in my life?
Trolls are going to trolls. Haters are going to hate. They want to be heard. They want to be seen. If I say all these negative things in this chat, everyone's going to be like, you know, liking my chat and adding me in the chat. And I'm the man. I come on here, you know, on Fresh and Fit. And, you know, people know me, you know me. I'm No Balls 88. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever the fuck. They don't show their faces. Cowards. You know what I mean? They're fucking cowards. Like you won't even show your face. You know what I mean? Like, how can I respect that? I'm part of that movement. Just like, hey guys, let me show you how to be a man. You know, being a man means standing on your shit. Y'all want to talk about, you know, I got my First Amendment rights. I can say what I want to say. Yeah, but you got to show your fucking face. Right?
Yeah,
the founding fathers didn't think we was going to have technology like this where you can just fucking hide behind your keyboard and say some of the most horrific shit. No, you had to actually say it. In a time where a dude could look at you and say, hey, take that back. I'm offended, bro. I demand satisfaction, smack you with a glove, and next thing you know, y'all pistols at dawn. That's a different kind of First Amendment, right? You know what I mean?
Oh, that's a whole different kind of First Amendment.
Yeah. So, and I think these guys, most of these guys, they're a lost cause. Like I said, they're fucking quitters. But there are guys, maybe 15 or 20% of those dudes that come in there, they are looking to better themselves. They are getting into the gym. You know what I mean? They are working on their style, right? They're washing their ass, taking showers, putting on cologne. They're learning how to talk to women, not just pick up, but they're learning how to do the work and actually be social and talk to people, men and women. I think that the red pill space is going to continue to move towards that message. You know, people like this is Shaw is going to give you something to think about and back it up with historical documents and facts. You know, people like Dr. Orion Taraban, people like, you know, Michael, say what you want about Michael Sartain, but I like what he's doing. I like what he's doing with that social circle thing that they got going on. It works.
So this is what I want to play you. This is the problem that I have with the talking heads in the red pill space now. I'm going to play you something that this was a X space. And these guys are all red pillars, black pillars. This is the advice that's going around.
Just lie. Doesn't fucking matter. Doesn't even matter if they catch you in the lie red-handed. They still will believe whatever the fuck you told them. They're fucking dumb.
Yeah, women ask me if I have money. I say, yeah, I'm fucking rich. Of course I do.
You don't have to say you're rich. You can just say, look, dude, I have an island. You can just make shit up. Just start making shit up. Once the alcohol hits, start making shit up. Like, I have an island or whatever. Make something up that's exotic. And something that no one else says. You know, like, I don't know. So just something, anything. You know, you can come up with anything that just hits off the top of your head, and they'll be like, oh shit. This guy owns, I don't know. He owns some property in the Cayman Islands or something. I don't know. Just make some shit up. He has some houses in Malta. Just make shit up. You can't confirm it. It doesn't matter. Lie. It works.
That to me is problematic. If that's the advice that they're giving men in this space, then men are lying to get what they want, only damaging the women that they are getting with, right? And then now the trust is broken. The cycle of broken trust is continuing. That is not good advice. I'm not going to tell any guy to go lie.
Glenn, These dudes, I'm hearing this guy is 2026 and some young dude is saying lie to chicks so you can get whatever you want. You can bang them, just lie. And they're acting as if they just fucking discovered something, bro. That's like a guy running up to me right now is like, I just discovered the automobile. Like, what? What? What are you talking about? You just discovered? I just invented the automobile. Get the fuck out of here, bro. that's what I hear when I hear that. Now here's the thing.
I mean, yes, we lied to women back in the day, you know.
Thank you.
But
Thank
now,
you.
but we acknowledge that, like, yo, that's not smart. That actually only causes more problems. You know, if we're trying to,
I mean, yes. I'm with you.
maybe,
Yes.
it does. It only causes more problems if we're trying to bring men and women back together, right? You know, men need women, women need men. I don't care what men say. I don't need women. Yes, you do. You want a woman so bad that you hate them for not being there.
Yeah. The right woman will 1000x whatever you're doing. The wrong woman would absolutely destroy you. Yeah, we need women. We wouldn't have a society were it not for women. Why you think motherfuckers built all this shit, bro? So he didn't have to lie about going to space. Motherfucker actually went to space. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like, but here's the thing. You also got to talk about game and all is fair and love and war. So this is one of the things that I talk about. I was like, look, bro, I get it. You know what I mean? You're upset. Like it is what it is. But lying is part of the game. She's lying. Makeup is lying. You know what I mean? Those waist trainers are lying. You know, BBLs and fake boobs lying. You know what I mean? Whether you like them or not, Glenn, fake boobs are fake boobs.
I love fake titties. I don't care.
It's a lie.
I don't care. I don't care. I don't care.
I get you.
Look, keep them. If fake boobies are telling me they're real boobies is lying. Okay, if I film, I'm like, damn, who your doctor? Like, and you tell me they're real, you're lying. That's not lying. If you tell me the boobies are fake from the beginning, you're not lying to me.
Now, they're gonna tell you they real until you get to touch them. They're gonna and after you touch them, like, okay, you know I had work done. But my point is this: we should be breaking down the game to everyone. Just break down the game. This is part of the game. Yo, you can lie if you want to. I had homies out there, man. It was lying. It's tell it. Look, we all understand when you lie, women buy. That's how that shit works. Tell her what she wants to hear. You're gonna get what you want. Now, for your short-term goal, that might help you out. You're lying to her so you can smash. But what's the fallout from that, man? Her daddy coming to see you, cousins coming to see you, somebody done slashed your tires, keyed your car. Should have told her the truth. But if you're using that trying to get a long-term commitment, you know, from a woman, that's the wrong.
Well, no, it doesn't even work for the short-term goal. Because if
you're trying to smash, it does. If that'll get you in the booty, it does work.
It actually makes it more complicated, right? Because now women are conditioned to believe that all men are lying. So if you're lying, the threshold of trust now is a lot harder to obtain than if guys were just being upfront, like, "Hey, I just want to smash." Like, I ain't trying to make you.
Anecdotally speaking, though, bro, because I don't know if there's any numbers.
No, anecdotally speaking, I would say yes, it works in the short-term game, but I'm saying. In the even in the short-term game, with more women having the level of distrust they have with men now, because guys were lying, we were lying back in the day, you know, it gave women a reason not to trust men. We had to play a role. We played a role.
The point I want to make here is women believe all men are lying except for the men that they're attracted to. Right? If she's into
if the woman's attracted to you, don't lie.
but I'm just saying. It's because we're saying all women think all men are lying, but I'm saying not necessarily. If she's into you, she thinks you're hot, right? She wants to be with you. She's gonna accept everything you say as fact, everything you say. Which you know what I mean?
I had this blonde on the other day. I think I told you about her, named Mia. And one thing that she said, she's like, I just want a guy that's consistent and competent. Like. Obviously, he has to be attractive enough for her, but you know, she's like, the very moment that I notice inconsistencies, she's like, I'm ready to be out, because to me, you're not being you. If I'm seeing all these inconsistencies, if you're not being congruent, right? So lying doesn't work, you know, for even if she likes you.
Lying would absolutely work in that. When you're saying that to me, and what I'm thinking as I hear that is, okay, I'm going to present as the most competent, the most consistent, the most congruent man she's ever met in her life, so I can smash. And as soon as I smash, I'm going to be the exact opposite, so she dumps me. Short-term game, win.
Yeah, and then what does that do for the game moving forward? Now she's going to tell her friends that you are a liar and don't trust you, and then now your name now it's going to make it harder for you to get the next one. I just don't think lying
That's
is
not how it works, though, Glenn. How many times you done ran through a whole crew? You done ran through a whole crew because the girl done told her girlfriends how bad you are, and they want to see just how bad you really are. Why? Because they like bad boys, and they gonna go.
They heard how great they heard about the legend, and then they overlooked the lies because of the legend.
There you go. But again, this is what I want to talk about to cats. Like, look, they're like, man, this shit is so confusing. I'm like, it is. I'm not disagreeing with you in the sense that I think men should be telling the truth. I say it all the time. You should tell her the fucking truth. Let her choose. If you're just playing, you just doing your thing, she's in the rotation, let her know. Hey, babe, good news and bad news. Good news is you made the team. You know what I mean? You made the team. Bad news is, you're number 8 in the rotation. There's room for growth there. And she's on that rotation, like, I got 8 chicks. You number 8. And let her decide if that's what she wants to do.
Yeah, the other thing was this other tweet. Guy was like, women don't value your man until the man cheats on them.
It just appears that way. It just appears that way.
Like, come on now. Like, if you're really that guy, you don't have to cheat. You say it from the get-go. Hey, I'm just so you know, I'm open on my end. I have other girls. That's not cheating.
No,
you're being forthcoming. You're forthcoming with. So she already knows the game before. Cheating is what cheating is? It's weak men that are too afraid to lose what they have while they're trying to risk and take the next step.
Yeah, cheating is lying. Cheating is just being, it's an opportunity, taking advantage of an opportunity you wouldn't only get. The vast majority of men, especially in the blue pill world, they would cheat if they had the opportunity. I mean, look at Abba. Look at Abba. You think he's going to be faithful now as he's probably a millionaire at this point with all that clout and everything. You think he's going to be faithful moving forward? No, he's already shown who he is. He's not going to tell these women the truth.
And honestly, if anything, he exposed he's more red pill than anybody else out there.
Bro, and then you look at him and then you juxtapose that to Myron. And Myron's telling you up front, he's like, I lose more women than I get because I'm up front with him. He's, he's super hardcore with it, but at least, I can
he's
respect
honest
that.
with it.
Yeah, I can respect that.
You gotta respect his honesty with it. He's like, this is the program. You either on the program or you're not on the program. And you know what? I'm not gonna hold you to it if you don't want to be on the program.
Right. And does that guarantee long-term success? No. You can see what happened with his girlfriend. I forget her name. You know what I mean? And
but it actually gives but you know what they can't do? They can't come at you and say that you're a liar, you're a cheater, you did this thing behind your back. No, you did it all up front and you told them that you're gonna do this. And if they didn't like it after it happened, then they were made aware. So they can never attack his integrity as a man, is what I'm getting at.
And a
man's integrity should be the most important thing. Your integrity should mean something.
Now, here's the thing. It should. Here's the thing. I tell dudes this all the time. It's like, look, I can honestly raise my hand and say I never cheated. Why? Because I don't commit to just any old body. If I got a rotation, I let them know you're in a rotation. Now, do I tell them, wait, when I first meet them, I'm trying to holler at them like, oh yeah, you're in a rotation. I got 8 and you're number 4. No. But once they sit down and want to have that talk, so what are we talking?
Are we? Yeah.
Yeah. Then I got to tell them. At that point, I got to tell them. Because if I don't, now I'm cheating. Now I'm being dishonest.
Yeah.
So, and then she has a choice. Like she can keep her slot or she can leave. Right. And here's the thing, wherever guy she winds up being with, because most of the women I talk to, after the fact or whatever, I'm like, why'd you stay? They're like, shit. She's like, all these dudes out here that they're going for, right? Now, we ain't talking about every man. We just talking about the guys that they want. She's like, man, all these players out here, they lying. They're not telling us. We know they're out there doing it, but they're not telling us they're cheating. But at least you know what I'm saying? You got the balls to come up front and just say it.
Remember in the Manosphere, inside the Manosphere documentary? Yes. That's exactly what Justin Waller's wife said.
Yeah. Yeah.
She said, I was cheated on by everybody I was with. Justin told me up front.
And she got to choose.
Yeah. And she's like, and she won. She's winning.
That's the narrative I prove. Now, here's another thing too, that I tell people this as well. If I meet a woman and I'm thinking like, all right, I want her. This is someone I can see, being Mrs. Saint. I cut loose all the other chicks. The minute I have that thought, I'm getting rid of all the other women. I want to be with her. You know what I mean? Because that's what I was looking for. To this day, I'm still kind of looking for it. You know what I mean? It's like, that's what I'm looking for. So
I think men
and
are
I don't
just
want to
hopeless
cheat.
romantics, and that's what we want.
But it's a choice. It's a choice because I've seen with my own eyes the effect that the players have on their wives and, you know, and all that kind of stuff in their families. And I don't want to do that. So I'm like, look, this is the one I want to holler at. I'm going to get rid of everyone else. She doesn't even know about my rotation. She assumes I got rid of everyone else. She is my focal point. I'm trying to be with her. I'm getting to know her. I'm trying to build something with her, right? That's my choice. I do that because I want to. Now, I'm not saying guys are wrong if they want to keep their rotation, right? So long as she knows and she accepts, like, because you'd be surprised, a lot of women will share a successful man. You know what I mean? What is a high value man, a top tier man? What do you want to tell them? All these dudes in the red pill space, all these dudes in the blue pill space that are making a lot of money and they got a lot of clout, they got a lot of chicks, don't they? Abba, Destiny, Myron, Fresh, they got a lot of chicks. You feel me? And the only difference is how they decide to run that game.
Yeah, let's get into the Tate conversation because so if you guys don't know, Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate got hemmed up yesterday for a UK unsealed warrant. So there's an unsealed warrant. So the warrant came out. They are not saying what they're being arrested for. The UK said you will find out when you get here. And they're trying to force an extradition, right? U.S. Marshals picked them up yesterday.
Yeah,
Here's
Miami.
the problem. Here's the problem with this. This is a real slippery slope from a political position because, one, the case in Romania is still pending. It's still ongoing. Now, the treaty that Romania has that's established in 2003
with the United Kingdom.
With the United Kingdom says if there is an ongoing case, there will be no extradition. That if the case is going on in Romania, that they will not extradite them until that case comes to its closure, whether they've been charged or they're doing time or they're free. What the UK did is backdoor the Romanian treaty by going to the U.S. with this sealed warrant saying, we're not going to tell you what's in here, but we want you to arrest them. Right? Here's the process how that's supposed to go. A judge gets the warrant. He reviews the information on the warrant, and then he's supposed to sign it to approve it. Then that warrant gets sent to the Secretary of State's desk. Because now you are removing American citizen from a sovereign land and sending them to a foreign country. Okay, so you're restricting their rights here, and the State Department has to sign off on the extradition. So that's real problematic. Real problematic. I personally think any judge actually looks at this because they're going to be going in front of the judge either tomorrow or later on this week. I think they're going to have to release them. They're going to have to release them because, one, you're not telling them what they're being arrested for. They're not telling them who. You have to know who your accuser is. You have the right to face your accuser, right? They're not giving them any information. It's not legal the way that they're trying to do it.
Hey, look, y'all. I mean, law. I'm not in law at all, and now we're talking about international law, treaties, extradition requests. I'm not even going to pretend that I know what the hell is going on. But let's just try to, let's try to think our way through it, man. Because I'm a big proponent of thinking, man. You got to put things through the old
think tank. Arch. Nothing gets past the old think tank. Nothing.
So if we look at this and it's like, all right, the Tate's got the thing going on in Romania. We all know about that. They got locked up, and it looks like the case itself was just really weak, and it was on the verge of being thrown out in Romania. But and I thought it was thrown out. but it seems like, well, it's still pending,
Mhm.
right? And then it's like, I wonder why Romania just don't wrap that up. Meanwhile, the UK is doing everything they can to get their hands on the tapes. They want the tapes. First, it was about some sort of civil matter going on. Now you got this criminal thing, which I really didn't know anything about, right? So
47 charges.
I think it's 50 plus now. I want to say it's like 51 charges, and they tax some more
Damn.
on there. But so you got that going on, right? So let's just talk about what the tapes are doing with Romania and the United Kingdom. It sounds to me, and I don't know, I'm just, again, putting it through the old think tank, that the Tates use their financial influence to keep their case open in Romania, which in turns keeps the UK from fucking with them. Brilliant move.
I mean, that's a smart move if that's what they're able to do.
Brilliant move. Donald DeJamarco's in the building. Shout out to you, fam. Brilliant fucking move. Right? So, and I think he's saying it's like 59.
59.
Counts.
Damn.
59 counts. Damn. Shout out to you, bro. So all right. So, all right, you got that going on. Meanwhile, the Tates are like, all right, we cool. We ain't got to worry about that. We're going to keep that case open until we're in the ground. So we ain't got to worry about the UK. We're going to go to America. We're U.S. citizens. They get to America. So the UK is like, all right, we're going to show them boys. We're going to have this sealed extradition request, and we're going to get the Yanks.
The U.S. to do our dirty work.
Do our dirty work. So, and normally I wouldn't care if the Tates were like British citizens. I wouldn't give a shit. But they are U.S. citizens. Right. They're U.S. citizens.
They have dual citizenship.
I mean, they were born here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then they went back.
U.S. and British citizenship.
Yes.
Yeah.
They were born here from what I understand. And then they went back to live with
Yeah.
their mom, later on in life. So, or not later in life, but when they were like, 9 or something like that, whatever they were. But so now I agree with you that this is going to be a mess. And this is going to have to be sorted out in the courts. And if we were to think this through, yeah, whatever judge that, did they get before here with this extradition hearing, because they are U.S. citizens. And it's like they have the right. Judge is going to look at it. Judge is going to unseal it, look at what's going on in there. Or if the UK say we're not going to send you information, the judge is like, all right, then fine, we're going to turn them loose. Right. But the judge is going to get to decide. And they're going to look at what's going on. So, I mean, it just depends. We don't know.
Let me throw another wrench in here. Actually, let me just read it. Their attorney, Tate's attorney, and I reached out to him because I'm trying to get him on the pod. Made a statement. Let me see where it's at. It is over here. What's his name? Oh, it was McBride. Yeah. Joe McBride is their attorney. And this is what he is saying is that they actually are getting ready for a case in the US, a defamation case that is tied to the Romanian case.
Yeah, to the girl who tried to set them up. Yeah, they're here to clear that up.
The very first girl, where this all started. And within the next 6 months, they were supposed to be here to, expose all the flaws in that case. Like, just basically have to say that she was orchestrated to do this, whatever, this conspiracy against him. If they are extradited and they're not able to attend that lawsuit, then the case gets thrown out. All the information that would come out about this whole Romanian sex thing and all that stuff would all be sealed. Nobody would know about it. But if they are able to go to their case, they are able to be there and have this case heard, then everything gets exposed. That means the Romanian case gets exposed. That means possibly the UK case gets exposed. And that right there ends the entire Tate saga.
Yeah, possibly. I see you, sister. I am the single one. Shout out to you. Good to see you. I ain't seen you in a minute. I've been gone. I cannot denounce the Tates or call them predators at this point, because here in America, you are innocent until proven guilty. And these aren't even American charges. They're charges in the UK. But I will say this. If it comes out that they go to trial, they get a fair trial, and then the Crown prosecution can prove whatever their burden of proof is over there that these men did in fact do the things that they're accused of, then yeah, they should be put up under the jail. They actually should face the consequences that Andrew Tate himself said people who do things like that to children should face. So now I'm just gonna wait because I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah, I don't think they're guilty of what they're accused of. But again, I could be wrong. But if they catch a guilty plea, or if they catch a guilty conviction, verdict, or a verdict, or they take a plea, even if they take a plea, I'm like, bro, that's you accusing me of something like this. We ain't playing this out, man. We taking this out.
No, I'm going all the way. You either gonna have to convict me because I'm not gonna plea out.
Right. And then it's like, oh, they've admitted this on camera. Sis, you don't like the tapes. And there's a lot of people that don't like the tapes. And there's a lot of people that say a lot of things on film and on camera, blah, blah, blah. We got to see this play out in court. We got to see it play out in court. Now, mind you, I haven't seen the video you've seen. It might be very damning. Indeed, I haven't seen it.
I've seen the video. It was role play.
Are you sure about that, Glenn? I mean, Glenn, do me a favor and be as biased as you possibly can.
I'm trying to be as neutral as possible because I'm looking at where the camera angle is set up. Okay. The Tate set up the camera. Why would he set up the camera to where he is like beating this woman and having evidence of it?
Are we talking about when he was beating the girl with the belt?
Yeah.
Is that the video we're talking about? That can't be the video we're talking about.
They're saying it's that girl that's in the video, Viviana.
I don't know. All right. He's like, what I don't like is crimes against women. I feel you, sis, and I don't either. But again, remember, here in America, you're innocent until proven guilty. But I know from personal experience that that's bullshit. They put you in orange, you guilty. You get arrested, you guilty. And that's another problem.
DL has DL's triggered. Okay, he has
the trigger alert. Hold on.
Hold on.
Houston, we have a problem.
No, but I mean, and here's the thing too. Like again, if the Tates are guilty of what they're accused of, especially Andrew, yeah, man, they should be locked away. They should never breathe free air again.
Absolutely.
They should never breathe free air again.
I think we should do society a service and just publicly execute them if they're guilty.
I mean, that's what they said that should happen. That's what Andrew Tate himself said should happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But here's the thing, though. But if they're not guilty, no one's going to hear about it. If they beat this thing, no one's going to hear about it. It'll be on the back page.
Under the rug. And nobody's going to vindicate their name. Nobody's going to retract the statements. These are character assassination attempts. And really what it was, like the way they were hemming them up with a sealed warrant, that right there and the perp walk to the that was public humiliation. That's 100%. All it was.
And Donald J. DeMarco is right, man. That woman in the video that we're talking about, because I thought I was hearing it was a different video, but I saw the video when he was beating the girl, quote unquote, with the belt, whatever. She said, like Donald J. DeMarco, if you could put that up on the screen, the woman involved said. She admitted to it, like it was role play. It's something I wanted him to do. He didn't even want to do it. That's what she said. That's out there coming out of her mouth. So, I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, but so here's the problem though with the case. The Crown Prince or the Crown Prosecution Service is saying that Viviana was only 15 years old when that video was done, and Andrew Tate was like 25.
Word?
Right?
That's just what they're saying.
That's where the CP is coming from. They're trying to say that
that's what that CP. Was.
Yeah. And
wow. Okay.
Now, if that's true, then yes, he's taking the L.
Yeah. Even if let's say it's true with the 17-year-old and all that, and even if she was saying, "Hey, I'm okay with this. I want you to do this." At least in this country, you can't give consent if you're a minor. He's gonna have to hold that L.
Yeah,
that's bro. You got to know how old she is. You got a 17-year-old in your bed. You know what I mean? But we don't. Again, I don't know. Here in Florida, I think it was Mr. 5565 said, "Well, if it's in Florida, he stands a chance." This is a federal thing. This is above the local.
If he was facing charges. He's not facing charges in Florida. He's suing someone for lying and slander and false allegations and defamation in Florida that will expose, because this is the girl that started the whole thing in Romania.
Yeah.
She was an American woman, a woman in Romania at the time, and she just happens to live in Florida. So when they came back to Florida, that's when they filed the lawsuit against her. And now they're about to have their case heard, and then all of a sudden now they're shipping them out because you can't. There's something there. I'm not saying that it just seems
And the
really
U.S.
convenient.
The U.S. can keep him here. The U.S. can say, we'll send him back. We'll keep him in custody. We're going to let him handle his legal business over here, and then we'll send him out over to you guys when we're done. And Sister I Am the Single One, much respect to you. I get where you're coming from. And Sister I Am has a really good point. You want to highlight her comment right there, talking about Tate in his attempt to be provocative and be the most Google man and all that. Yep. He said a lot of shit. Right. And he did it, he was doing things, he was moving a certain way. He said a lot of things, he was getting all his bread. So, I mean, I get where she's coming from. I mean, she's just based on like
several victims, but you know what? We have learned, if anything, we have learned that just because there's several victims that alleging something happens, that doesn't mean it didn't that it happened. All right, look at the Michael Jackson case, for example. There's all these parents kind of come out, they're saying that their kid was diddled by Michael Jackson. Not one of those kids said they were diddled by Michael Jackson.
Yeah. Unlike R. Kelly.
Yeah.
Right? Unlike R. Kelly.
All the mothers, no, hold on. Here's the crazy thing. The mothers were driving their daughters to get R. Kelly. They wanted him to take care of them. They wanted to try to get him caught up. These women did that intentionally.
Those parents should have to face some jail time as well for doing that. Like that's child endangerment.
That's child endangerment. Yeah, that's seriously.
Brother Ronnie in the building, Ronnie Beatty Jr. in the building. What's happening? What's happening, Ronnie? What's up, fam? What's up? I thought that was my man Ronan. I ain't wearing my glasses. I thought that was Ronan Travels, one of my other homies, Ronan Travels, man. I'll be doing a lot of content with him. Good stuff, man. He got good people over there. But yeah, bro. This thing with the Tates is crazy. Can you read that for me, man? Because I ain't got my glasses.
Yeah, it says Andrew Tate has to be a distraction at this point because these charges possibly stemming from a broke women who have the opportunity to make some money or clout off his case. Yeah.
Yeah. And here's the thing. If you want to talk about this as a Matrix attack, the Matrix attack is making Andrew Tate relevant again and is putting money in his pocket. Mm-hmm. Especially if all this shit is false. If he beats this, he's gonna be the top G again.
You will be untouchable.
If he beats this, you know what I mean? It's like, damn.
And here's the thing. I don't think, let me just say this. I don't think, okay, the Tates made money sexually exploiting women that wanted to be sexually exploited. You can't force a woman to be a cam girl if she doesn't want to be a cam girl.
And not get locked up for it.
I mean, I'm sorry to say that, but the women were okay with being sexually exploited. They agreed to it. They could have walked out at any time. Now, I'm not saying that they were right doing it. That's the right thing to do, but it's not a crime to do it on the way that they did it.
Yeah. And I don't want you guys to think I'm caping for the Tates, which it sounds like I am. What I am doing is looking at this case and it's like, man, there's a lot of people coming after these dudes. The Romanian thing fell apart. The thing in the UK, first it was, it was a civil matter. Now it seems to be, some criminal stuff here. This thing in America where they're like really going to dig down on this woman and try to prove their case. Because it's like, what was the name of the dude? Was it Matt? What's his name? Bauer, the Major League Baseball guy that got brought down by that.
Trevor Bauer from the Dodgers.
My God, when you see stuff like that, it's not that I'm necessarily caping for these individual men, but I'm just this is a wake up call to all men. Like, hey, man, look at what's going on here. This could happen. And again, Andrew, he welcomed the smoke. He put himself into it. He feeds into it. He says all the provocative shit.
Usually where there's smoke, there is fire.
Yeah.
So
that's a good point. That's a good point.
To say that the Tates are innocent, I will never say the Tates are innocent. But I also say I would never say they're guilty because I don't know. But I will say this, with all these things that are going around, usually when there's smoke, there's fire. There may be some truth here. It may not be the big, massive truth that they're raping women or they're, sex trafficking them or anything like that. It could maybe something else on a lesser and less moral, implications there, but it may not necessarily be criminal.
Yeah, like I've said, I don't think the Tates are guilty of what they're being accused of. I want to see it play out. I want to see the evidence. I want to see it play out. I don't think they're guilty of what they're accused of. Am I saying they're not guilty of anything? Am I saying they're angels? Fuck no. And like what Sister I Am Single One is saying is like, oh well, he admitted to lying to women to coerce them. Okay, I mean he did say that, but was it true?
And if you listened to earlier in the video, we just went on a back and forth saying lying to women is not good. This is exactly perfect example why lying to women is not good,
especially at that level. You know what I mean? Like it's like I said, I just don't think they're guilty of what they're being accused of. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. This shit right here, and then you got all these different, counts and all these different crimes that did. All right, maybe the most serious stuff they're innocent of, but maybe they did break some of the smaller ones, maybe some misdemeanors or something like that. Maybe they're guilty of that. I mean, keep in mind, we got President of the United States, man, he's a convicted felon.
Yeah, Donald Trump got civilly convicted. It wasn't
criminally convicted too.
Not for the grape.
No. I'm talking about the others, the financial crimes and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
tax evasion and whatnot. Yeah.
I look at it, it's like this is a perfect example why you don't lie to women, bro.
Hold on. Wait. I gotta read this, man. I need you to read what I am just put up here. Glenn, you have no idea how much, bro. Salute to you, sis. Thank you. Now she's like, okay, I see what's going on. Like, I see where everyone stands on this. Always gives a fair chance. Go ahead.
Okay. Yes. Give him a fair chance. Dolan Tired, thank you. I see you. You said you saw me on Jubilee. Yes, I was on Jubilee. You want me to
could at least put on a suit, Glenn? Why ain't you put on? We should react to your shit,
bro. I flew out like right after that. Like I went from there to the airport to come to Orlando. Like I was just comfortable because I like to be comfortable on the flight. All right. Like I didn't have time. I went from one thing to the next.
No excuse.
I
was glasses on in the shave. I'm like, what? I'm like, grow the beard or don't grow the beard. What are we doing? What are we doing? Grow it or don't grow it?
I'm growing the beard out right now. I'm growing the beard out.
Chad, is that a good thing? I think it's a good thing. Chad, what do y'all think? Should Should Glenn be growing out the beard, man?
I bring back like a proper
gentleman. Please do. Please bring it back.
A proper gentleman.
Yo, let's watch the video.
All right, I'm gonna pull it up. Where's it at? Here, I have it here.
Yeah, look, even Donald J is like, yeah, beard up. And Sister I Am, thank you so much. This is why I do what I do. This is why I don't do the quote unquote debates. I'm not here to yell and scream and whatever. I'm here to listen. And like Sister I Am, she made some excellent fucking points. I'm not just blowing smoke up her butt. She makes good points. And then I countered, and Glenn countered. And look where it landed. It's like, okay, I see where it is. All right, cool. Yeah, give him a fair chance. All right. You know what I mean? Even if that's we can agree to disagree moment, I'm still happy with that moment as opposed to, I hate you and blah, 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 and death to the red pill. You know what I mean? It's just like, I like the good conversations. This is how we grow, isn't it?
What are you talking about? I have an amazing beard once I grow it out. Give me a month. By the time I come back from Dallas, I'll have a beard. All right, let me put it up here. I'm only playing my segment because that's the only segment that matters.
I ain't gonna lie, there was a couple of good segments, but the weirdos were in the house. So whoever
were in the house.
Whoever the producers were on that, man, they did their job.
I was sitting there mad, like when they basically silenced me because I got him to agree with me. Well, you guys can watch it, but for the rest of it, I just sat there. I was like, no, you don't want round two? Come on,
let's watch it.
Here
let's
we go.
Watch it.
You. If everybody's had a turn and nobody's enjoyed it, why do I want to get you now?
All right, we got pause there. You've been voted out by the majority.
It's just getting good.
How you doing?
What's up, man?
Doing well. My name's Glenn.
Nice to meet you.
So, you know, I'm going to concede with you. Body count doesn't matter to the way that people think about it.
Okay.
There's no dickometer in front of the top of a woman's vagina that tells you how many thrusts per minute that she's had, right? So let's talk about. There is. I mean, I haven't seen one.
We agree on that.
Okay, cool. But let's talk about what a sexual risk does talk about. Every time you have sex, you're putting yourself in a very risky situation, right?
Mm-hmm.
A woman is getting penetrated. A man is having his way with her. So if a woman has a high body count, it does speak to the level of risk that she's willing to put herself in. And that could be questionable to be like, oh, but she's willing to put herself in risky situations like this. What other risky situations that she might be able to put our relationship in?
Mm-hmm.
If this is a behavior pattern, that's where I would say body count matters. Most of the people are talking about, well, whether their body count matters because like they want to have make sure she's pair bondable, whatever.
Right.
A virgin will cheat on you just as quick as a woman that had 1,000 bodies. I'm with you there.
100% true.
But when it comes to the behavior pattern, the characteristics, that speaks more to why body count could matter and should be factored in the decision. If you're going to be willing to take risks, I'm not trying to take some of these risks with you.
I think you and I are actually pretty close on this.
Hey, pause it right there.
Agree with
Pause it
you
right there.
that personality and character traits is.
Hey, man, right off rip. Damn, bro, you surprised me. Don DeMarco to you. Holy shit. Don DeMarco. Holy shit. And I agree with you on that, man. And this is what I tell people all the time, especially young people in the era of social media and all these video cameras, bro. Plausible deniability only works when there's no proof. Keep your dirt, keep them skeletons in the closet. You will never, ever know how many bodies a woman has, ever. But if you pay attention, you might be able to tell how risky she is. You might be able to tell if she is a reformed 304. Because here's the thing. I don't have a problem with that. She's got her life together. But that one day, like y'all get married and everything is everything, and she just has one too many Chardonnays and she gets loose and she embarrasses you, or she bangs some dude in the closet, or you do the same thing. And it's like now you're getting into a violation of trust. Because you know, the reason I'm upfront with women, I'm telling you what's up from the beginning. I expect you to do the same. So tell me
exactly.
Yeah, tell me your Reform 304. Let me hear your story. Now I'm probably gonna leave.
I love Reform 304s because they still freaky in bed.
Boy, yeah, and they'll bring friends too. Brother Michael Lee in the building. I see you, fam. I see you. What's up? They bring friends. You can do some things. But if I got a Reform 304, okay, we can have a rotation. I can't.
Yeah.
I personally don't want to commit to that situation personally, but give me the opportunity to choose.
But you know what? Actually, you know what? Here's the funny thing. I would more likely commit to a Reform 304 that knows I have a rotation that's in my rotation than a woman that says, "Oh no, I can't do it. I'm a good girl," and then ends up being a bad girl.
Yeah. But hey, man, I ain't gonna lie to you. You fucking knocked it out of the park. I guess we got to keep going. You knocked it out of the park. I want to hear, dude. Who is this guy anyway? Who is this dude?
Mark Mason.
Why is he in the middle? I guess I got to Google him. I don't know who the fuck he is.
Yeah, he actually is he's an author. He's written some pretty good books on dating and stuff like that. All right, so let me play the rest of it.
Ultimately what matters. But my argument is that there's much better ways to find out if somebody's a risk-taking person than asking them for their body count.
Yeah, you're never going to find out a woman's body count, right?
Well, and it's also just
arbitrary.
I mean, take her to a fucking theme park and see how many roller coasters she goes on. Like, there's other ways to figure
see
this
if
out.
she gets on the carousel. If she chooses the carousel first, right? No, but I'm with you on that because I would say, you know what? Observe what she can observe. Her behavior. How does she treat you? Does she treat you better than anyone else has ever tried?
100% agree with you. My point, though, and this is where body count is, I think, a bad proxy for what you're talking about, is that people are complicated, man.
Yeah.
People change, people grow, people go through phases. Like some people have like fucked up histories and backgrounds.
Yeah.
I was a fucking mess when I was young. I racked up a huge body count. Now I'm in a very happy marriage. Body count is a weak data source.
Oh yeah, I would say that, and in the grand scheme of things, but not in a micro correlative, factor. Now, let's be honest. Like most of the reason why people are saying the body count matters is because they don't have sex enough. They're actually they're more concerned about being her best. And Dr. Orion Teaban on my own podcast said that being her best is more important than being her first.
Yes.
Because her first could be this guy who's like 6'3", tall. He might be a pro ball player.
Yes.
And you want her to be following up after that one body count? Probably not.
The body count obsession is men's insecurities being projected onto the woman.
I agree with you, but the fact that it does matter when you're factoring in risky behavior. That's more important.
All right, we got to pause there. You've been voted out by the majority.
I got voted off by all the Sims. Got mad at me for calling them out.
You rocked it out, bro. You rocked it out, bro.
I got mad. I was like, wait a minute. How did I get voted out? I got him conceding with me.
Here's the question: Did the producers, have they reached out to you since? Because you would seem, I would think that those producers want to keep your number on the Rolodex to bring you back.
Oh, they call me up all the time.
Okay.
They pay me to show up there. Like, they pay me decent money to come up there and do the shows.
Well, you need to get
it's
me
not
on
like
that
great
list,
money,
then,
but it's a
Please,
couple
you need to
hundred.
start sharing. I be sharing my resources. I be sharing my people. You don't be sharing yours.
It's like they'll pay me like, $200-$300, to go there for an hour, have these conversations, and leave. You know what I mean? Like, it's little money, but it's still money. But like,
my brother Michael Lee is saying, he's like, no offense, man, but I'm not wifing up at 304. Rather be solo to deal with next 304. What's your take on that?
My question is, how would you know? How would you know?
Let's say she told you. Because he's saying this based on what we were saying. Give me the opportunity to choose. Tell me. Be upfront. Be honest with me. Let's say she's upfront. She tells you. You gonna marry her?
Me?
Yeah, you.
You asking me?
No,
yeah.
I'm asking the other Glenn. I'm asking you.
I've said this. I've said this before. I would take an ex-porn star, right, with 1,000 body count over, and then she treats me the way I want to be treated, and she sees me as that guy, I would take her over a girl with no body count that just treats me like she could do with me or do without me.
Let's say both women do everything for you. You're the guy. One's a virgin, one's an ex, adult film star. They're equally yoked. They do everything. They're the perfect women, dutiful, all that good shit. Let's even add to it that neither one of them would even cheat on you. Let's just throw that in there for shits and giggles. Which one do you marry?
I'm taking both. Why would I just choose one? If they both want me that bad, then I know that they're both going to be down with it. So, I'm taking both. Why would I leave money on the table?
I'm not. I guess because the way I see it is different. I do. If I decide I want to marry,
you wouldn't take both. You wouldn't take both if you had the opportunity.
I would not take both, and the reason is because I've done that, and I'm I'm at the point now. Like, okay, when I'm ready to actually really truly settle down, and these are my top two options. And the only difference between the two is one has a body count of 1,000, whether she's, an adult film star or not, just very promiscuous, and the other one isn't. Everything else being the same, I'm going with the one who with the lower body count.
But see, here's the thing. We have to understand you're exchanging problems for problems because both come with problems.
100%.
Right? So
100%.
So you don't know what these problems, because the problems are not going to be the same. All these things that they may treat you the same. You can say all things equal here, but the problems that come with it are not going to be the same. So
I get that, but
I'm way out with what you're comfortable with. And if now, mind you, because we're saying all things equal. Realistically, all things equal, yeah, I would go with the girl that has probably less bodies, right?
You just said you would marry the other chick, though.
I said I'll marry them both. I said I'll take them both.
Okay.
I'll say I take them both.
But if you had to pick one,
it would be the one with less bodies. Here's the reason why: the risk taking. To me, that means to demonstrate that she has. The one with less bodies has put herself in less riskier situations. That means that she's more risk adverse. And if she's more risk adverse sexually, she's probably more risk adverse financially. She may be more risk adverse in other things too that will complicate my life, right? If she's not risk adverse.
Yeah,
so there's a higher probability of her being more risk adverse in other areas as well. The one with the high body count, she likes to take risks. She has no problem. So she could put my finances at risk because it's a character trait. So with that character trait, I'm like, oh, she likes to take risky decisions. That's a character thing. How are her finances? How are what other things would she put our relationship at risk? Right. And that's something I just don't want to deal with.
My brother Penny Jules in the building. What's happening, fam? I see you, man.
I like this one.
Go ahead.
Hold on. Let me pull this comment up real quick. It's one of yours. Option 1, adult film star treats you like a king. Option 2, virgin that treats you like scum. Option 3, stay single, ride motorcycle, shoot guns, and live life on your own terms. I'm gonna do 1 and 3 because I could I could, ride motorcycles, shoot guns, live life on my own terms, and still be treated like a king? Please.
Getting it in. I ain't mad at you. Shout out to you, bro. Appreciate you, man, for being here. That's for all my people showing up, man. Appreciate y'all on a Sunday, man. I know you got plenty of options, man. Plenty of places you can be, but you here with me and Glenn. I ain't gonna lie to you, Glenn.
Up, Joe again, cool.
Joe motherfucking cool in the building. What's happening, fam?
Yeah,
So here's the thing. Like, I get it. Like, if I'm not talking about, okay, this is the woman I want to spend the rest of my life with. This is the woman I want to be with. I want to die with her. If that's not the case, then yeah, I'm cool messing with the adult film star. I'm cool having her in a rotation. I'm cool having her at number 1 or number 2 in the rotation. She's gonna be a lot of fun, especially if my only thing I ask in those situations, like, baby, just don't embarrass me. Just don't embarrass me.
See, that's what I say. Like, as long as you don't embarrass me or betray me, we good.
I don't care about the betrayal because we run in a rotation. I don't care about that. Just don't embarrass me.
The betrayal is not, or the rotation is not betrayal, because she already knows her position. So the betrayal is being dishonest with me, keeping the information from me that I should know about. Don't betray me like that.
You ain't even got to keep information from me, honestly. Like you
can keep information from me, but don't keep information from me that I need to know about.
But that goes into the don't embarrass me, don't endanger me. Like don't put me in a situation where some dude's about to do something foul, or put me in a situation where I gotta draw my weapon and do something, or like, damn, baby, if you're gonna bang some dudes, I mean, put some protection on, or tell me like, yo, I smashed this one dude, raw. So, give me a few months. I gotta get some tests done to make sure I'm good. Don't, what I'm saying? Don't burn me too. But outside of that, man, it's just, when you run a rotation, there's no real loyalty. You're just being respectful to one another when you guys are together.
Yeah.
Like that's the beauty of a rotation.
When I'm with you, I'm with you. When I'm not with you, I'm not with you.
And I'm not with you. And that's and when I'm with you, you are it. I don't care if you're number 9 on a rotation of 9. When I'm with you, you're number 1 right now. You're with me.
Yep. And I like what Brian Wolf says right here. He says, I can handle anything but betrayal. If you destroy the foundation of the relationship through cheating, lying, etc., there's nothing I can do. I'm with you on that 100%. Like, that's the bit, like, you can't betray me. If you betray me, that's just gonna be it. There's no coming back from that.
Let me ask you this, brother. Do you believe that most guys in the red pill space want to run a rotation, be a player, and live that that fresh life, or B, they just want one woman, they want to be married, they want to have a kid, and they want to do all that? Which one you think it is?
I think they want to get married and have kids.
I agree.
I think every man truly desires in them to have their lineage passed on to the next generation.
I mean, that's baked into our programming, right? That's just in the DNA.
Yeah, it's our DNA. So I think there may be a lot of men that want multiple women, but they know they can't handle multiple women, so they settle with just the one woman.
Because I told Fresh early on, I'm like, bro, you're gonna get tired of this one day. Like, you're gonna get tired of this. He's like, what? I'm like, for real, man. One day you're gonna wake up and you're gonna want your family, whatever, like, banging 4 or 5 different women a day, every day. You're gonna get tired of this. And that's what he was doing, y'all. He's probably still doing it. You know what I mean? That's no secret. Like, he'll let you know, like, he out there smashing these chicks.
Hey, Vibe. You see Vibe in there?
I see him now. What's happening, player?
He said, with the porn star, you'll be passing your porn star genes on to your daughters too. I'm sorry, there's no scientific porn star gene though, Vibe. Those are personality choices.
Not the porn star gene.
There's no porn star gene.
Oh, that's nasty.
But like, now, okay. So I know this girl, right? Ex-stripper, single mommy, beautiful woman. I asked her straight up, I said, why your relationship, and she said, because we both fucked up. I love that. I love what she said. We both fucked up. She didn't say, oh, it was because my ex was a narcissist. It was because we both fucked up. We both failed the job.
Older strippers are red pill. Older strippers are hardcore red pill. Younger, it's the stripper babies that are the ones like, he's a narcissist. Those are the ones they ain't got scarred and barred yet. But the older ones, the OGs.
See, I come with, I come with baggage. I know I have a past. right? So if I want someone not to judge me harshly from my past and see the man that I am today, not the man, don't judge me for the man who I was, judge me for who I am today, right?
Well, hold on now. But I'm judging her for who she was. Shouldn't I be judging her then?
No, that's their problem.
I think that you should be judged for the man you were as well. I think it plays both ways, brother.
I think situationally, right? If who you were before is still who you are today, if you are still behaving in that manner, right? Then,
bro, I bet you, you're not committed to this right here, bro. You're not committed to this because no, you're not. And I tell you why. I tell you,
okay,
if the guy in this situation was a Peter Puffer back in the day, you are not going to overlook that. Women are not going to overlook that. Like, bro, you
no, because we already know. Like, once you put dick in your mouth and you're a dude, you're gay. You're always gay. You're never going to stop being gay. You could try to convince yourself you're not gay, but we know you're going to want dudes.
Told you. I just told you, you're going to hold that against him. You're going to hold that against him.
Because I'm saying. I'm not holding it against him. I'm just not living in denial. He's living in denial, not me.
Chad, what's the deal here? Was I effective? I didn't mean to knock him off his square, but come on, bro.
Knock me off my square
because I knocked you right off your square.
No, it's different because it's like this. If I was a drug dealer before, right, and I'm not a drug dealer today, right? I reform my ways. You can say, oh, I don't like the fact you're a drug dealer. Neither do I, right? I made a mistake. But if I'm not a drug dealer today, don't hold me today as a drug dealer.
But if you're a drug dealer, and here's the thing. I mean, I'm with you on this, but here's the thing. If I'm doing business with a guy who was a hustler back in the day, he's still a hustler today. That never leaves you, man. It's part of your DNA. Brother Michael has a good point, though. It's like, porn stars are rec use only, bro. Rec use only. And Avalanche One, that's Brother Penny Jules, man. He showed us some love right there, man. Incredible collaboration. W. Glenn Lawrence, WDL Saint.
Thank you.
Two of my favorite RP YouTubers on the same stream. So appreciate you, fam.
Dr. Roy, Tanicus is coming in with some jokes.
Let's hear it.
Tanicus is coming at me with jokes. Yep.
Mr. Godzilla facing the building. What's happening, y'all? So Glenn's running this stream, so I'll hit a couple sound effects, but he's showing. He's going to show.
You can hit all those sound effects. Hit them all.
I'm having fun. I'm hitting my sound effects, but I'm not controlling the everything else. Glenn's running everything else.
Yeah.
And brother, shit!
Shaw, you know what? We were just talking about you, Shaw.
Stop the fucking presses right there, bro. Don DeMarco.
This is Shaw comes in with a $5 super chat. Says great show, guys. Also, real cool seeing Glenn on Jubilee. That was a fun clip to watch. I think Glenn did great. Thank you, sir. If you think I did great, you come over and send me $5, bro. My birthday was yesterday. No, I'm kidding.
Look here, bro.
Thank you.
Yeah, we keeping that money over here. Don't worry. Hey, and here's the thing: all my people, like everybody who loves seeing me and this dude right here holler and do some shit. We on the same soil. We in the same region together.
We're about 2 hours away from each other. This is gonna happen. You're gonna see. Just wait and see
some shit, bro. And we got some IRL content coming for you guys, yo. We are making this happen. So get used to it. You're about to see us. You know what I mean? It's like you remember Enos from the Dukes of Hazzard? Remember Dukes of Hazzard's kids?
Yeah.
Enos had his own spinoff show when it was like he went to the big city to be a cop, and then his partner was a black guy. So it was like the black guy would be like, "Hey, give me 5." We used to get 5 back there, but he would put his hand like there like that. Then Enos would do this, put his thumb on it. It was crazy, bro. But that's what we are, man. Like and I ain't gonna lie to you, I look forward to the content we're gonna be making.
Let me get this call.
Man, why you be talking while we on scheme? See, I just gave the man a compliment. Hey. And what does he do? Get on the phone. Didn't even mute himself.
Live streaming right now.
Didn't even mute himself. Just the worst. This is the worst. You know what I'm saying? This is the worst. This guy.
You're welcome.
So
how's y'all doing?
So good. This ain't even important. They just shooting this shit. Y'all listen to this. Oh
what up,
God.
Bro? You doing good?
Oh my God.
Are you coming home tomorrow?
Houston, we have a problem.
Bro, can y'all hear this?
I'm gonna send you some tampons and maxi pads for you.
And you hear this? Not even it's not even like quality shit that he's saying. Mute yourself,
All right,
bro.
you guys.
Mute yourself.
All right, bye.
Oh my goodness. This
Look,
dude,
look.
spitting game live my ass. If that's his game, bro, I can't believe you getting it. That is, oh my God.
That was my co-host. That was Gia. She was calling me. I'm dog sitting. I got her dogs here. I'm watching her dogs right now. She asked me
Shout
to
out to
make
you,
sure I
Gia.
fed them.
Shout out to you. I got a chance to speak to Gia. I look forward to meeting her in person. You know, and her husband, man. They seem like really good people, man. I can't.
He
I
was
look forward to
airborne,
meeting them.
right? He was
I
airborne.
did not know that. He's my favorite person already.
Yeah, he was airborne.
Airborne for real? No shit. I didn't know that.
Yeah, man. He was the real deal.
Man, that's what's up, bro. That's crazy. So yeah, we're gonna be doing some in real life shit, y'all. And like Glenn is really working hard, man. Like Glenn has big plans, and I'm right there with him. I said, all right, bro, I'm with you. So we're gonna form Voltron and try to do our thing. Because I really believe that the guys in the red pill space are tired of the hardcore bullshit. I tell you this, man. What's your take on like the hate streaming and all of the serious negativity coming out of the Mantle Swamp these days? You got a take on that?
Yeah, I think it's fake and gay. Like, like I don't like talking about the people I have beef with. I really don't, because I respect them. Okay. That even goes for Rolo. Like, I respect him.
As you proved.
We have problems. We have problems. That's between us personally. That's our personal stuff. I'm not going to air it out. Right. So I don't like the beef. I think people need to come together. If this is supposed to be a man space that helps men, then we need to help men. We need to stop they need to stop seeing men at war with each other all the damn time, because we're not sharpening iron if we're constantly battling each other. We're not able to actually move the needle on fixing anything if we are battling each other.
Facts.
All right. So to me, I would rather have a cohesive, united front, and we can handle our problems, behind the scenes. Right. But we don't have that. So I think all the hate streaming is pathetic. And I think it allows the enemy or the opposition to have a foothold.
It does.
When you're giving them a foothold.
It's dissension. It's the dissension in the ranks, and it's hard for people. Yeah, and Brother Pitney, you just missed it. We just got done talking about the tapes. It's pretty good conversation too. You're gonna have to back it up. You literally came in right when we finished up talking about the tapes.
Dr. Royd's taking a call.
That's hilarious.
So funny. Oh, that's funny.
That's funny. But I agree with you. I think because people see it. Here's the thing, especially with this thing with ABBA. Now you got the blue pillars out here looking at this like, damn, these hoes ain't loyal. Well, who made that song? Like, these hoes ain't loyal.
Chris Brown. Oh, did you hear about that chick, right? That spent $20,000 to the VIP experience with Chris Brown, and she's on stage with him, and he's like grinding
Kissing
on
her,
her, doing all that stuff. Her husband threw all her shit out.
As he should.
Man.
Well, here's the thing. Okay, let me take that back. Let me walk that back.
No, that's as he should.
No. He shouldn't throw it out. He should plan it down. He should plan his. He should plan when he paid for that, because he probably paid for that experience. I would have said, okay, babe, and I would have sent her out there. No.
She took $20,000 out of savings to do it.
Okay, it still came out of his money. So once she did that, I would have let her go wherever she went. As soon as I caught wind of that, I would have cleared out the home. Right? I would have made my plan. I would talk to my attorneys. And when she got back, we're done. I'm not being all emotional and all that kind of shit, because that can get you in trouble. Because she clearly has planned this shit out. Right? And what did we just say earlier? Women plan, men react. So what he should have done is like, oh, okay, she got me. Damn, this hurts. But let me keep my shit together, because you're still in the fight. Right? You're still in the fight. Let me get my shit together and let me think this through. Let me put this through the old think tank. Let me think my way out of this. Let me go get my shit together. Let me go holler at my people. Let me get this done. The blue pill is seeing this. Professor Scott Galloway is seeing this, right? You got that in the red pillars around here. And now it's mainstream. Dr. So, this book right here, I don't know if you read this book, man, but it's fucking amazing.
Sex Fiction.
Yeah, Sextinction is fucking amazing. It's a must read if you're readers, it's a must read or get the audio version. But that guy shouldn't be throwing her shit out. He should just plan his
just
breakup.
What he should have done is just the hired movers put all her stuff in storage and be like, hey, here, all your shit's in the storage unit. Here you go. It was good while it lasted. I'm sorry you had to make it end, but I hate to see you leave, but I love to watch you go. You
gotta plan out. And the sucky part is they're probably in an apartment somewhere. If it's his home and his name is the only name on a deed, he's good to go. But if they're in an apartment, and she's on the lease, it's like, man, I'm kind of still. So now you just gotta move yourself. Like, just take your stuff, get another place. It's like, yeah, but I gotta spend all that extra money.
My question is, like, why would you send your girl to a Chris Brown concert by herself? Why aren't you going? I like Chris Brown.
The answer to that should be because I'm about to leave her. This is part of my plan to decouple. That's what the answer should be.
So that's what it should be. But I'm just saying, like, if I wanted to save my marriage, all right, yeah. Wait a minute, what? No, you ain't gonna get no VIP experience. But you know what? We'll both go and we'll have a good time because we'll both like his music.
Dude, but again, that's when you ignore red flags. And I tell dudes all the time, like, you got to keep your emotions in check. You start talking to a woman and you think you're gonna be with her for the long term. Like, this is gonna be your wife, not your partner, your wife, right? So when you do that, you got to vet. And doing that, I say you got to vet for 2 years. And doing that, within that 2 years, if she's saying I want to go to Chris Brown, right? And she's always talking about Chris Brown. I'm a little okay. You want to go to Chris Brown? You want the VIP package? I don't know about all that, man. I'm like, you might not be the one for me. But then you got these young kids talking about what they call it, your pass. You get a pass or whatever.
Yeah, like a hall pass.
A hall pass kind of thing. I don't believe in that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, no, you don't get a hall pass. If you're dealing with a woman and she starts naming mad dudes or talking about how she was living her best life, popping her pussy, you know what I mean? Holla at Akash. You know what I mean? Akash saying, how's that working out for you right now? You know what I mean? It's like, bro, if that's the woman you married, right, you got a choice to make because it's always going to be like that. You chose her even though she's saying all this stuff and we know who, man, she banging dudes.
This is the thing that got me. It wasn't that you spent $20,000 on a ticket. It was that you let him simulate dicking you down while you were twerking. You allowed that shit. And this concert's being filmed. So you are intentionally humiliating your husband. You're saying this fake simulated sex with Chris Brown is worth losing my husband for. Yeah, she's all the way gone.
You should have known that. And again, if she wants to do that, let her go. Dudes will be talking to me like, man, I can't believe she wants to go on a girl trip and this and that. I'm gonna put my foot down. Like, fuck that, bro. Let her go. Let her go.
Yeah, I wants to go on a girl trip. I tell her, like, look, I don't date women that advertise themselves on social media. Right. So if you're a model, if you're modeling and it's a professional job that you're posting, I'm cool with that. But if you're modeling yourself something skimpy in a selfie, no, I'm not good with that. You're advertising yourself. And I don't deal with girls that advertise themselves. And I don't deal with girls that go on girls trips. And You know what? It's just simple that it's just like that up front. Like, hey.
But that's your choice.
Yeah.
Now here's the question. Here's the question though. Like, so you're with someone, you're with this woman. Do you tell her up front? What because you were saying you just running rotations anyway. So you're not even really trying to commit. So if I'm not really trying to commit, I'm not even having this conversation.
It's when they come to what are we?
Okay.
The what are we conversation? I'd be like, well, you know what? We are just having a good time. Like, you like to do these things. I'm not going to keep you from doing these things that you want to do. But if you're looking for a commitment, I'm not going to commit to someone that does these things. So you have to make a choice whether you want to be wifey. If you want to be wifey, then you're going to have to be willing to let this shit go. And if you can't let it go, then you know what? How about we just continue what we're doing?
Right. I'm like, you're just in a rotation. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Give them a choice, make a stand in rotation. Now, again, for me, it's different. If I got rid of my rotation for you, I made the choice that I'm going to be committed to you. That was just my choice. That's nothing on her. Like, she's not obligated in any way to feel the same way. But we start going through the process. We're doing our thing, and she has that talk. What are we? And we're like, okay, we're together. We are together. We're gonna go the distance. Except I want to go to Vegas with my girls, because me and my girls always go to Vegas once a year. It's like, nah. If you say you want to do that, then you're not the one for me. I'm going to get me another rotation.
Brian Wolf said he's gonna glue an AirPod to his wife's ass. He has no shame. Hey, but you know what? The Brian Wolf, he got a wifey. He got his shit together. Like, he got a good thing over there. You know, his wife, he loves him. She takes care of him. They have wonderful kids, and he has a gun. He knows how to shoot. His girls know how to shoot. I love it. I love it. You know,
shout out to him. Shout out to him. But you know, when you do the work, when you know what you want, and you're not gonna make certain sacrifices, then I think you can have that kind of experience. Now, here's the thing: it still doesn't guarantee you success, right? I think he's gonna be good, but you just never know, man. Shit happens sometimes. But I know people that have been in relationships, and from day one they were committed to each other, and here we are. You know what I mean? Years and years, decades later, their children are grown. They did it the right way, and they're still madly in love. And when I look at that, people ask me like, well, man, what's different about their relationship that most people don't have? I always I'm like, they're both committed to each other, and more to the point, his wife, his beautiful wife, she doesn't look at other men. She doesn't want another man. She has the man she wants.
Like Gia is my co-host, right? As 2R. He said, she said podcast. Pardon me. Had to get a plug in. She's been married over 20 years. Right, and their relationship hasn't been perfect. She tells you, if you guys listen to our podcast, she tells you everything that goes on. She's like how rough it's been at times, right? And they're committed to each other because they don't know no quit. They're not quitters. They're like, no, we'll make this work. Okay, I fucked up. You fucked up. Okay, we're gonna make this work. You know, and it's just they're committed to that. They made the commitment to making it work. And they have a great relationship. People have problems. Like everybody does. Everybody's relationship has problems.
People think that successful relationships come without problems. It's like in the movies, it's perfect. That's not a thing. What you're saying is 100% true. Even in the example I gave with my friend and his wife, you know what I mean? They're family to me. That's my people, right? They go through it. They go through it. And they just have techniques, and they both work at it. And that's the thing. Most people don't want to do the work. I think we live in a society now that are just full of quitters. Everyone gets a trophy, participation awards. And when you have that society, when you have that society, yes, because you don't want to do the work. You don't know what it takes to do the work to win. Winning is hard. Losing is easy. Quitting is easy.
This is what's so fucking irritating. These guys have expectations like, she ought to like me. That 10 better like me. She should like. Why the fuck should she like? Who the fuck are you? What have you done? Why does she need to like you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she don't like you. She's a 304. Then why are you mad that a 304 didn't like you? I thought you don't want 304s. I thought you want virgins. So shouldn't you just be only worried about whether or not the virgins like you? Oh, you don't like the virgins that don't like you either because they're future 304s? That's what you're thinking? Come on, get the fuck out of here. Either you are the man that puts the cost to be the boss, or you don't play the game. Just shut the fuck up and kick rocks. Right? Don't complain about your situation if you're not willing to improve it.
Facts. I mean, that's fucking facts, bro. Guys, most guys, because they don't know how to win, they don't know when they're in a winning situation. When we were coming up in elementary school and they would tell us to line up, don't you know that we would fucking run, fight, and trip each other to be number one in line?
First line, yeah.
Yeah, we'd be number one in line, bro.
First one out there at recess. We want to be the first one to get lunch. You know why? Because you're the first one to get lunch, you get the first one to hit the playground. Okay?
Exactly. And we're what, 2, maybe 3 generations in or more of kids who don't know how to do that. Hell, they don't go outside. And this translates to, you know, them losing in the game. What Uncle Guns is talking about, again, I think the dark side to being a player, like real playerism, is you do bang women. You find yourself in situations with women.
You're a doomer though.
But here's the thing:
you never settle down with them because you bang married women, you bang, you know what I'm saying? You've seen the
good girls,
shades of women. And you're like, I can't settle down with them because I know what they're capable of.
Hey, bro, you done banged the preacher's wife and the preacher's daughter. Bro, it's like, what the hell? And got away with it smooth. No one knows. And it's so guys get to the point where they just don't trust any women because they're like, man, I done ran through. Bro, I've been in situations, I'm sure this has happened to you. I've been in situations where I'm literally inside the woman. And she's on the phone with her significant other, husband, boyfriend, whatever. So I gotta stop for a moment while she's having this conversation. And it's just that she's just talking like, hey, babe. Oh, nothing. Well, I told you I was over Sarah's. Yeah, we're almost done. We just decided to run out. We're at Trader Joe's or whatever. Right. So now I'm like, you going
trading hoes.
Right. And I'm thinking like I should just start tearing it up so she starts breathing heavy. Like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to mess my situation up. But as soon as she gets close to the end, you can tell she's wrapping it up. Well, okay, well, let me call you back. That's when I start a little slow. She's like, I'll just, I'll call you back. Bye. Love you. Bye. I'm just, you know what I'm saying?
End the call, bitch. End the call.
We make light of it, but it happens.
It does happen. I've been in that situation. I didn't know I was in the situation until I was in the situation. And
say that again. Say that again.
I didn't
That's
know
something
I
y'all
was
need
in the situation until I was in the situation. I had this girl say she hated cheaters. I was like, I hate cheaters too. My ex-wife cheated on me. I hate cheaters. Come to find out, she was married the whole damn time. I was like, so do you hate yourself? Because what you did was cheat.
That's the game. And that's so funny. Glenn was probably feeling a little short, to find out she cheating. I hate cheating. And then Glenn just kind of hit her with this.
You know what? That makes me mad.
You know what? I wish I could say I was smart enough to do that. I wish I could say I was smart enough I did that. I ended up staying with her for a minute. We ended up dating. I was dumb.
That makes me mad, Glenn. Damn it.
You know what? That makes me mad.
Oh man. It was horrible. It was a horrible situation.
My God, but that's the game. And as a dude, like I've been through those situations and I always tell myself this is not representative of all women. I don't even think this is representative of most women. I will say this, all women can do it if they choose. Women are
all men could rape and beat a woman to death if they choose
to. Yeah. Yeah.
So we have to understand that yes, women are capable of horrible things, so are men. And this idea that think that all society's problems are women's fault is stupid. All society's problems are men's fault. And let me tell you why. Men have allowed women to get this far in society. Like, the buck stops with men. So until we actually, like, this is why I said earlier, like, don't reward bad behavior. If you see women acting 304s and you don't like that behavior, you don't acknowledge them. Don't give them any attention.
And then they'll stop doing that. They will mimic the behaviors that they need to mimic in order to get what they want, which is attention and validation and free attention and foodie dates, right? Women don't really care about the sex part. Men want the sex. I was talking to I was on was it my platform or Red Pill? I was on Red Pill Chris platform. We were talking about this. We had a brother on there, and I was telling Red Pill, I'm like, look, when you talk about cheating and what bothers men versus women the most.
Oh, it's the sex that bothers the men. It's the emotional connection that bothers the woman. Are you going to leave me for him? Is she going to now take my place? Is she going to lose? Am I going to lose my lifestyle and the things that you provide me? Right? Because of it's the emotional aspect. Guys want to know, did you fuck him on the counter? Did you fuck him? Did you fuck him in my shower? Did you use my scrub brush on his back? Like, you know what I'm saying?
You're right. And then, and then you carry that thought forward. I think it was mine was the first person I heard say this, and I've agreed with him ever since he said it. When women thirst trap and they get the attention, the validation, and all that stuff, that's the equivalent of a dude going out banging some chick.
Yeah. Yeah. You're giving them exactly what they wanted. So whether you shame them, oh, you're a fucking whore, your tits are out, or whether you simp for them, right? And you send them money, they getting validated. They wanted the attention. It didn't matter if it was good attention or negative attention. So the best way to address a woman that's doing bad behavior is not give them any oxygen. Don't give them the attention.
Don't give them the
attention. And then they'll start mirroring the behavior that you want, right? And because they want your attention.
Yeah. You ain't got to tell them not to show cleavage if you're not liking those pictures when she's thirst trapping. Why do women put up all these pictures of them with their butt out and, you know, their breasts out and all that? Because look at the likes.
You know what I do? I always hit them with a neg. Like I tell Gia all the time, like, you got a big ass fucking forehead. Like, your forehead is so fucking big. And I say it to all women, like the blonde that had on, the British chick that had on the other night. I'm like, you got such a fucking big, like, it's like, the space between your eyebrows is way too wide, you know, like, and I don't, they know they're beautiful, but I don't compliment their beauty. I'm not going to tell them what they already know. I'm going to fuck with them. And then it keeps it copacetic, right? Like,
yeah, it works. I mean, I don't use that technique, but it's effective. You know what I mean? You get in and start talking about her 8 head. Yeah, it works.
Right? Because they know they hear that they're beautiful all the damn time.
And been hearing that shit since they were 8.
Exactly. So why you telling them doesn't make it any more special?
Yeah. I had a woman once. It was out here in Tampa, long before I lived here, at the Blue Martini. That's how long ago it was. And International Mall, where we're in there, it's just this sister running around there, and she was cute, but she was just so happy. She's getting all this validation and all this attention from these dudes, and she comes up to me, and then she says something like, where would you rate me? Well, how pretty am I? I was like, I don't know, you like a 6, 7. Bro, you want to talk about I ruined her night? I didn't even realize. I didn't even realize. Bro, she was crushed, man. And if Glenn would have been there, like, yeah, if your forehead wouldn't be so big, maybe you'll be an 8. She probably would have been like, ah.
I had Gia said, I need to get bangs because I was making fun of her forehead so bad. She said, I need to get bangs.
You wearing hats like this everywhere. You know what I mean? Like, why are you wearing those hats, girl?
You know, like, and here's the thing, like people think, and this is the funny thing. Let me ask you this, and this is my opinion to this. My opinion is I'm not going to say anything. I'm gonna let the legend live on. But every time I do something with a collaboration with an attractive woman, the rumor mill is that I'm banging them. And you know what? I'm not banging them. I have tons of platonic relationships with women, beautiful women. I don't hang around ugly women, okay? I have beautiful women, right? And I don't bang them. I am friends with them. I even try to hook them up with somebody I know, right? But it never fails. The rumor mill goes out that Glenn's fucking them. Glenn's, doing this or that with them. And it's just like, how do you think I approach it? I don't say anything. I'll just lean into it.
Well, that's always been a societal thing. That's not new to YouTube or social media or anything like that, man. Think about when you was in school. Thinking about when
they made 3 videos that saying that I was banging Pearl.
I mean, that's not even an accomplishment, to be honest. That's something I would want to deny. Like, come on, man, really?
It's funny.
No smoke, Pearl, but it's just not my style. There you go, man. No. Mute yourself this time, goddammit.
I did mute it.
But no, I mean, that happens all the time. That's just again the quitters. That's the doom and gloomers, the black pillars. It's jealousy, and they're just
to me.
Mad.
I just don't say anything. I'm like, you know what? If you think I'm laying pipe and getting all these gorgeous women, I want you to think that. Go ahead. Let
them believe what they want to believe. But here's the thing, though. In game, people don't understand the game. Myron Fresh was, Myron, like, you can't have female friends. They provide no utility in this and that. I don't agree with that at all.
I think they provide great utility.
Yeah, they get you. Women can be the key to open up so many different doors. Again, Michael Sartain, got to give him credit for that shit. You show up at an event and you have 10, 15, 20 beautiful women, bro, you getting in. You ain't got to wait for shit. You're getting in. You know what I mean? And again, these are all your friends. Like, well, why would you say you're friends with girls? Because they're friends with beautiful women. You can't bang them all, but I'm going to use this dime right here to bang her friends. And they're pulling for you. They putting you on.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like dudes don't understand the game. They don't take a moment to think it through. You know what I mean? You can't just be out here
It's
rocking
social
out
proof.
girls.
It's social proof.
Yes.
If a bunch of
Yes.
attractive women are hanging out with me, I must be cool enough for these attractive women to hang out with. That makes other women want to know who the hell I'm hanging out with.
Exactly. If every time you see Glenn or every time you see DL saying he's got a baddie with him, like a dime, maybe two of them, right? And, you know, and then you find out, well, you're not sleeping with them. Nah, but I'm banging their homegirls. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what are you talking about? I ain't even got to work for it. They bringing them to
hot
me.
girls have hot friends. Okay,
My
hot girls
God.
have hot friends.
They
You know,
do.
like
And they putting you on, and you tell them like, well, shit, what do you want? I want the slutty ones. I want the easy ones. Got you. Say less.
they're like, let me introduce you to Tasha.
Right. Here's Amy. You know what I mean? Be banging Amy in the bathroom 40 minutes later. You know what I'm saying? Like it's and again,
the homegirl gives you the high five, like, get it, boy.
I'm gonna need 3 more of these. You got 3 more. I'm gonna need 3 more of these. So I mean, that's just how it works. And
Yeah.
bro, dudes just don't understand how this shit works. They're so locked into that blue
They're,
pill
they're
narrative
so, they're so focused on female nature or what they think is female nature, right? Oh, all
Yeah.
women are this, all women are that. Oh, then I just want to protect myself. They're not playing the game to win. They're playing the game to lose.
Yeah.
Or they're playing
Yeah.
the game not to lose instead of playing the game to win.
to lose. Yeah, which is the same thing.
Yeah.
Like, again, they weren't when they were kids. They wasn't running to be the front of the line, bro. They wasn't running to be
No.
number one. Now
They were waiting to get that participation trophy, you know, like for just showing up. Well, you showed up, but you didn't play the game. You didn't even take your warm-ups off. You still got their warm-ups on.
Bro, I take it a step further. Like, y'all motherfuckers are spectators, bro. You ain't even you warm-ups. You know what I'm saying? They buying a ticket. They up in the nosebleeds, bro. These are dudes. Like, stop it, man. I ain't got respect for them. And you can easily get into the game. You can easily learn this stuff. And I think there's a lot of good information in the Red Pill, like a conversation like this. This is what I want to see throughout the Red Pill. It ain't got to be every episode, but you know what I mean? For the guys who really want to learn, it's like, hey man, listen to these old heads talk. What do they know? Like, bro, you want to know what they know? They know what your mama look like with no clothes on. That's what they know. They banged your mama.
That was funny because after so Mia asked me after we're doing her show, she's like, any last words? You know, where can people find you? I was like, you can find me at your mama's house at 11:30. If there's a hat on the door, don't come a knocking because the headboard are rocking.
Facts. But I mean, there's so many guys out here, and then like you said, like you know, if a woman shows cleavage or she's wearing seductive clothing and they're saying all this negativity, man, I love them girls, man. It's kind of like Frisco Kid, man, like one of my favorite dancehall artists, man. You know what I mean? It's like big up to the women who smash the best, bro. I love Frisco, bro. Like
Frisco, I say. You know what I have to tell them, say. Big up my girl on the side, cause of them flex the best.
Yeah, he talking about, you know, shout out to the girls who, you know what I mean, who smashed the best. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that. That's the attitude you should have. Because here's the thing. Let me ask you this. Just making up numbers. What percentage of women are 3 or 4s? Just making up numbers.
I'm gonna say probably 15 to 25%.
I'm gonna say, yeah, I'll say 15. I'll say 10 to 15%.
I'll say 15, 25%. If I'm older women, though, I'm looking at our generation and back, okay? Because a lot of these younger women, they're not having sex. Okay.
Well, wait. Say that. Wait. You said older women aren't doing anything?
No, older women are. A lot of these younger women are not having sex. A lot of
the
these
numbers say
younger
they're
men are
having sex in the same numbers. They say the younger women are having sex in the same numbers they've always had. Older women are really getting it in.
Yeah. So, you know, like older women are getting it. Millennial women are getting it. It's the Gen Z and Gen Alpha generations that are not getting it. Right. And I'm good with that. Like, it's cool. That means there's a curve coming back. Yeah.
The curve, man. You know what I mean?
We curve up, though. We curve up, you know, to hit that.
I got that curve right there. But here's the thing, man. Like, I think it's 10 to 15% of these girls.
It'll be like this one time at band camp.
I think it's just 10 to 15%.
Yeah. Okay, so you think like 10? So what about OnlyFans girls? You think only 10 out of the population? Think only 15%?
I
And
would
then you
say
take the OnlyFans girls, then you got the strippers, and then you got the strippers, you got the porn stars. And for the porn stars, you got the escorts, right? So I mean, I think the percentage is about 20. Can we just meet in the middle about 20%?
all right, we can do that because I look at a lot of women who are doing OnlyFans. They won't bang you in real life. A lot of girls, they'll film the acts to make money, and again, it's really they just trying to get attention just by other means, but they won't bang you. Dancers, adult film, like sex workers, including strippers. A stripper will bang you, but here's the thing about a stripper: they're not banging as many dudes
Every
as
guy.
you think they're. Yeah,
They're not banging every guy. They're banging the guys that they find attractive, that they want something more than just money from.
Yes.
Okay. Like,
yes.
So you know who Paul Benjamin is, right? From Apex Mindset?
No, I don't think so. Maybe if I saw him, I'd probably recognize him.
I'll plug you with him. Me and him had this thing called stripper game. And we would go to the strip club and we would just get all the girls to come sit with us, not pay for drinks, not pay for dances, not throw money up. We just conversate with them. And the managers would have to come up to us and be like, yo, you guys got to go.
Yeah, break that shit up, man. Messing up the money.
Because all the girls just want to hang out with us, not the other guys in the club, like it is because we just treat them like normal people. Have conversation.
What Glenn is saying, especially to you young cats, what Glenn is saying is extremely difficult. If you can go into a strip club, leave your wallet in the car, and get women
you gotta
to
bring
hang
your
out
ID.
with
You gotta bring your ID.
Leave your money in the car, I should say. Leave your credit card, leave your money in the car. If you can go in there and have girls, like for what he's saying, a bunch of girls just kick it and having fun around you, bro, you really got game. Like that is a mastery of game and your social skills, your verbal skills. That is mastery, bro, because that's really hard to do. Back in the day before social media, I used to tell guys all the time, it's two types of women are really hard to get their numbers. This is before social media, when getting a number was a thing. And I were bartenders and strippers. And I would always challenge myself to get their number. Like, you know what I mean? Shit with the strippers, bro, if you could just get their real name, was like the hardest thing in the world.
Me and Sterling Cooper the other day, we were talking about this. Like we would go out and then be like, try not to pick up chicks. Like when the girls are showing interest at you, you try to deflect it.
That brings more women. That makes them try harder. That's hard.
Exactly.
That's hard.
And when you do that, when you're not giving in to their advances and you just kind of like politely curve them, or like you like just act like you're not picking up the signals, like you're not registering it, right? And you're not, they just make it eager. They want it even more so. Shout out to Mrs. D. Mrs. D is my Aussie, mother out there that has a beautiful baby girl. She says, good job, or good job on Jubilee, my big head homie.
Ozzy, oi. Shout out to you, sis.
But it's just like, this is what I think guys need to do. Okay. This is what I think guys need to do. Guys need to stop looking at women sexually so much. I mean, you can't help but be sexual, but don't let your sexual interest in her derail you having a conversation. If you cannot have a conversation with an ugly woman in the produce section, you have no business talking to a hot woman that you're attracted to. So you need to be able to have a conversation. Don't conversation about how they look. Conversate about what they're interested in. So what do you like to do besides dance? Oh, you going to school for that? You know what? I have a friend that's a nurse. Yeah, you know what? Yeah. So what year in med school are you in? Oh man, that's really hard. Yeah, my buddy was talking about it. It was rough. He said, learning the endocrine system was really difficult. And they'll be like, "Oh, I know." And then now you're conversating about something that has nothing to do with their beauty, but something that they're interested in, something that they're doing. And now they take it as, "Oh, this person gets me." He hasn't said anything about my tits. He hasn't said anything about my ass. He hasn't said anything what he wants to do to me. He's talking to me intellectually about something that I'm interested in. He gets me.
Fam, young guys, if y'all watching this shit, I've been preaching this forever, and I'm glad Glenn just said that. Because here's the deal: like when I work with guys, the first thing I do, when we get to the stage where I actually take them out, like we go out, We're in like a high end, a high end hotel bar or something like that, cool spot where yuppies and successful people in there. I'm like, all right, what I need you to do is you need to go up to that woman at the bar right there. Like, which one? The one in the blue? Yeah, the one in the blue. I need you to go over there and pay her a compliment. Glenn, you know how many dudes can't fucking do that? Just pay her a compliment. You can't say, like you said, you can't say how hot she is. Can't say she got big tits. Go over there and pay her a compliment. And then I tell them, okay, tell me what you're going to say. And then they'll say no, don't say that fucking shit. Well, what should I say? You should walk. How would you pay a compliment to a woman in that situation? Yes, I want to know what you would do.
I'll walk up, like I'll get a drink, stand next to her, like, wow, I love your earrings. Those are beautiful earrings.
Fuck, man.
Like,
is that a Van Cleef? My thing is like, I'm like, pardon me, is that a Van Cleef necklace?
Yeah,
I've heard about
compliment
those.
an accessory, or you compliment something that they have, or I love your hair. Your hair is amazing. Like
nails.
Yeah, like all you got to do is not, oh my God, you're so gorgeous. Hi, my name's Steven. Oh my God,
exactly.
You're so no. It's what I love that outfit. I think you that's a beautiful outfit on you. This one,
and that's the first part. The second part is being able, like Glenn said in his example with the nurse, being able to talk about that shit. Is that a Kelly? So you start with, hey, is that one of those Hermes bags? Wow, that's really nice. It's like, oh yeah. Like, is that the Kelly? It is. Oh, you shouldn't know. I don't really know much about it, but could you tell me the difference between the Kelly and the, and the Birkin? And bro, they will sit there and talk to you until the fucking cows come home, talking about that goddamn bag. And I guess she should have $30,000. Right? So you better talk about that bag.
It's not even a compliment. If she has red bag, ask her, is it red or pink? Yep. Oh wow, nice. Matches your nails. Except that is simple. It's just like I love the way you put your fit together, Or like I like to go to a lot of live music performances, right? And I love a good singer, man or woman. I love a good singer. Right?
You talking about like to see the pros or just like the up and comers? Like in LA, you had like a hotel cafe.
Yeah. Like when they were doing just come out, just do your thing, right? I love your voice. You have an amazing voice. Like you are like a young Alicia Keys, or like just to give a very vibrant voice. Like you just compliment what they're interested in, and you're like, okay, so do you practice vocal ranges? Like, what genre of music do you really like to sing? Like get into figuring out what they want to know or what they like, and then if you have interest in what they like, that's even better. You show interest in what they like. I know a girl that plays video games. I don't like playing video games that much. I'm a grown-ass man. They like playing video games. I play video games with them. I was like, I got into it. Got interested in, playing the video games. I won, beat them in Mario Kart, And
so this is how I handle that. I don't play modern video games. Shout out to Grid. Grid One's in the building. Shout out to Grid. I don't play video games, but when I meet a young gamer girl, you know where I take her? I take it to the old school arcade joint.
And he's just playing.
I'm gonna get her on that Galaga. I'm gonna bust that ass on that Galaga. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna put you on that King Kong or that Donkey Kong, and
Kong. Get some of that Dig Dug up in there because our games are easy to play. The shit y'all doing now, like holy fuck, you got to be a cyborg to play these games. But all you had was a joystick and a button. You know what I mean? When we came up, and you know what? She's gonna have such a great time. So
I'm gonna throw Grid the link.
Okay,
he wants the link.
Okay. So absolutely. Grid is definitely I love talking to Grid, man. Good shit. Glad he's coming up. So I've noticed again, because no one knows how to win anymore. No one knows how to go out here and fight and get better. They don't know these things. It's not a hit on these guys. And I think every time I speak to some dudes, like we have these conversations or I bump into them in the real world, they're like, damn, this shit really works, DL. I'm like, yeah, man. I appreciate that. Damn, saying. I'm like, look, this is how it's done. Right. But, when they come see me, it starts with, we got to first start with your look, with your fashion sense. We got to, I got to tell you to watch certain movies, watch some TV shows. You got to be aware of certain shit because it all comes together later. Right. It all comes together later, man. But they don't know how to pay compliments, man. And here's the thing. Here's the thing. When it comes to dudes and they don't understand this, one of your biggest weapons you have when you out here trying to holler at chicks, especially beautiful women, is your ability to break contact. Like, right, you break contact, man, she's gonna want you. It was just like Glenn was saying earlier. Like when you see a beautiful woman, you're not talking about her beauty, you're not talking about her features, you just whatever, and then you leave. Like you leave, that blows her mind, and she will come back to see you before the night's out.
Like, wait a minute, he didn't tell me how hot I am. Why?
He didn't ask. He didn't ask for my social media. He didn't ask for my social media. He didn't ask for my number.
Like, you know what? I'm gonna read you this. This is funny. So, I had this girl slide into my DMs on X. Right. This is literally the conversation. Right. She followed me. Never commented on her. Never talked to her. First message. Right. Why don't you even follow me back? We're always in spaces together. Like I'm literally curving her the whole time, you know, like, oh, I said, oh, I didn't know I was supposed to follow you. I didn't know that was what it was needed. Okay. You know
what you were supposed to hit her with? You were supposed to hit her with this, Glenn. Hit her with this.
Join me, and together we can rule the galaxies.
I was just like, you know, I didn't know that's how it worked. I didn't know there was an obligation to follow you if you follow me. You know, I'm just like playing dumb with it. And she's like, well, follow me back, you asshole. And I'm like, since I'm an asshole, I really don't want to follow you back. You know, because if I give it to you, then it just gives you what you want. Me being an asshole, I have to live up to my name. So if I give you what you want, then I'm not really an asshole. Right? Like, you know, so
nagging, went right into the nagging. Ms. D is right. Pay a compliment. Yeah, Ms. D is right. Pay a compliment
until I followed her.
Well, you know how that goes, bro. But Ms. D is right, man. Pay a compliment, make a joke, smile, and leave. Grid, what's your take on all this, bro?
Well, I just joined in just a few minutes ago, so I don't know where you're at exactly in the conversation, but
paying compliments to women, learning how to talk to women, you know, the secret to just, you know, winning. You're talking about how I think we got so many losers out here now, they don't know how to win. So when it comes to being successful out here trying to meet people, they don't know how to do it.
I was watching this thing over on Flow States earlier where this guy did one of those Jubilee things, and it was a dating coach, and he had all these people, and all these dudes were, in my opinion, they were just.
Did you see the part where I went up?
I missed that part.
That was my Jubilee. We just aired it. We just played it.
Okay. All right. So
Grit is negging me right now. Grit is
100%.
I didn't see that.
No, I didn't even see that. I didn't see you in there. Why would they call you?
I didn't know. So and there was, at the end of it, there was this dude who, but my personal opinion is he probably uses more makeup than most women. Right.
Yeah.
And
there's a couple of those dudes in there.
And he, you know, he was looks maxing, you know what I'm saying? They had probably had the lip fillers and the cheek job and all that shit. And he was talking about how, you know, he might go on one date, you know, every 10 days or something. And women were going on 10 dates a week or some shit like that. I'm like, well, first of all the women I know, you know, of course I'm old, right? But all the women that I knew back in the day, and still, you know, even when I talk to people in college now, all those women are busy as fuck. They don't have time to date. Like, you got to make time in your schedule, and you got to show that you want that date, right? You just ain't gonna walk up and be like, "Hey, babe, let's hit the disco." That shit ain't happening anymore. That shit doesn't, like, I don't know. You've been watching too many movies, man. Like, that shit don't happen. They're gonna be like, no, I got fucking ballet, I got gym, I work out 4 times a week. I've got class 3 days a week. What the fuck? I don't have time for you. Like, you know, you're gonna have to take me to coffee or some shit. And dudes I don't think dudes want to put the time in. They don't want to put the work in. They want the results, but they want to be women. They want the results. They don't want to do any work. They want to be women, right? That's why they look like women. And honestly, I don't think women want to date dudes that take more time doing their makeup than they do. I got to be honest about that. Like, if you're one of those dudes that you got to oil your beard, you spend 5 hours a day with like the ray gun things and the fucking sun tanning and all that shit, you're probably not getting laid a lot. Not quality anyway, right? Like, maybe quantity, but not quality. So I don't know. I'm just and I'm I'm being a little bit tongue in cheek, but not by much, man. I've been watching this now for the past few weeks, and I'm like sick at my stomach about this dumb shit. This is dumb. Be a fucking dude. Go have a job. Make time for women, and you tell them, hey, this is when I have time. I know you're busy. I'm busy. We're all busy. Let's make some time. I'd like to get to know you. Women respect that. I find that women respect that. They like that direct route. They don't want to be played games with. They ain't got time anymore. That shit's gone, right? Like that's high school. If you want to date high school girls, that's what you're going to deal with. You want to date women. Nah, you got to level up. You got to understand the game. You ain't even in the game. That's just my point of view. Sorry. I said a lot.
No, it ties into what we were saying. I was saying that, I call them water boys. Most of the dudes in the red pill space, and I'm over there. I'm in the mental swamp. I call these dudes water boys. Like, you guys don't want to fucking try out. You don't want to go through 2 days. You know what I mean? You're not even trying. Like, you didn't even give yourself the honor of being cut. You just want to be the water boy so you can get down here. You know what I mean? And it's like, I don't give a shit what you have to say. She's a 304. Shut up. You're the water boy. Go get some fucking water and watch me drink it. Right. I don't fuck what you got to say, homie. You know what I mean? Now, if you want to be a man and step up and learn how to get out here, you know what I'm saying? Put the uniform on, get hurt, get grass stains. Now I can respect you. You know what I mean? Go, like I said, at least go through practice, go through 2 days and get cut. You know what I mean? Get hurt, break your leg and become the manager. I can respect that. But the water boy, no one gives a shit about the water boy. And that's what we have right now. There are no men. You can argue that they didn't have men to show them how to be men. You can make that argument. Okay, I'm cool with that. But damn. Now you can, you know what I mean? Say what you want about Tate and Myron and all these other kind of dudes, but it's like Scott Galloway said, it's like, well, shit, the left, what where's your Joe Rogan? Where's your Andrew Tate? What are you presenting as a fucking alternative? You don't like what these guys are saying, yet you have nothing to present. You got some dude who, like you said, takes more time to put his makeup on than you, has bigger hair than you, right? His outfit is prettier than yours, right? Is that the guy? Is that what we're supposed to be? That's what these young dudes are saying. So I'm with you, man. I put it on. Everyone gets a trophy. I put it on the timeout generation. Fuck that, man. We need some. You need to get out here and get hurt.
I think there's something to be said for being put together as a man, right? There's something to be said for that. Like right now, like I'm in my I wasn't expecting it came up. I'm in my t-shirt. I got my sweat stained hat on. I'm in my office. I'm not in my studio. I don't feel like I should be on the air right now. This isn't a look that I want to put on the air. It's okay. I'm amongst friends, right? And I'm a married man, so what does it matter? But my son doesn't go out if he's not put together. He's 16. He's so far ahead of the game. You just don't even know.
That's what's up.
And now he's got to get the voice down. He's got to get there. He doesn't have a full game yet. You know what I'm saying? But when he gets the full game, when he gets the voice down, when he gets the moves down and the self-confidence, he's 16, he doesn't have that self-confidence. When he gets that, when he crosses from being a teen to a man, any woman he wants, 100% guaranteed. Any woman he wants. And it's not because I did anything special. It's not because he's watching any specific content or anything. It's because he's been around men. He's been around actual men his whole life. I used to, took him to the shooting matches. He was around a lot of vets. He was around a lot of people who have gone into dark places and done bad things for good people. And so he gets it. He gets it on a level that I think that a lot of people don't get it on. And so when he goes out, he's not going out and just throw something on and go out. He puts together an outfit. He thinks about, what am I doing? What shoes do I need to wear? What pants do I need to wear? What shirt do I need to wear? Whether it's mowing the yard or going on a date, he's doing it. And I think that men, we've gotten lazy as fuck. You think about what a man's wardrobe consists of now. T-shirts, a couple of polos, some slacks. if you're lucky, most of the time it's gonna be jeans.
Mhm.
Right?
It's gonna be
I know
jeans.
men that's their entire wardrobe. They don't have anything else. They might have one dress shirt that they wear to funerals. Right? You know? I find that sad. Now, I'm not saying I'm a clothes horse. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying everybody ought to be. I'm not saying that I don't enjoy a good hoodie. I mean, I wear hoodies a lot, you know. But it's gotta be put together. If you're gonna wear jeans, wear a dress shirt, wear the right watch, wear the right shoes, wear the right hat, put it together. Don't just walk out like you just woke the fuck up and rolled out and just fucking threw some shit on. And that's what I find. And I'm saying if you're in the dating market, right? I'm not, and personally, I think professionally that works too. Like when someone comes to me for a job, the first thing I do is I look at their shoes. First thing I do. And then I go from there up. And I'm looking for the guy that, you know, needs a belt, doesn't have one, right? His pants are falling off. He's got to constantly hitch them up, you know. The guy that's still rocking the biker chain wallet 20 years late.
Glenn.
You know? Glenn.
Fuck you. I wear a biker chain wallet. Shit. I wear a billfold. It goes in my pocket.
Yeah, like a man.
Yeah.
Like a man. So, Grid, let me ask you this, just for clarification, and I believe I know the answer to this question already. I know the answer to this question, and this is something for my guys. Are you saying that you got to go out and spend a shit ton of money on clothes?
No, I don't think that's
just see the way Grid dress. No, he doesn't.
I don't.
That's my whole point.
My wife spends a lot of money on my clothes, but I don't spend any money on my clothes.
But the point being, because a lot of guys are like, well, I don't want to go waste a lot of money on clothes. Like, bro, take a couple $100, go to Burns & Co. Factory or TJ Maxx, and we can come out of there with a suit. Every young man should have one suit, at least one suit.
Yeah.
One dark colored suit, right? And we can come out of there because you can mix your shit up. You don't have to have the whole suit on. You can wear jeans and the jacket with a nice polo or a nice collar shirt. You can throw a tie on. You can throw a vest on. So many things you could do. You want to look the part. And I tell guys all the time, you know, because if I go somewhere, people come up and talk to me. Why? Not because I'm the only black guy in there or because of whatever. It's because I'm dressed differently. Damn, he's put together. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not a clip-on tie. They do have to tie that shit. Like you said, look at his shoes.
Yeah. And look, so I guess my thing, right? And you guys can, I mean, please feel free to disagree with me. My thing is that when I buy something, I tend to buy quality. I'm not gonna lie, you know, I shop at Walmart for like work shirts and stuff. But if I'm gonna buy something nice, I'll go, you know, and I'll buy something nice. And you know, and it's it's one of those things where I don't what's the word I'm looking for here? I think that it's important to realize that I don't buy clothes expecting to replace them in 6 months. And so if I spend a couple of dollars more today on something that I'm going to keep, now I'm not talking about work t-shirts. I'm not talking about pants I know I'm going to go fuck up working under a car or some shit like that or whatever. I'm talking about like this is something I'm probably going to have for you. Dude, I got shoes 15 years old. You know, like this is I don't think anymore in terms of I'm going to buy something new in 6 months. Now, I probably will. I'm not going to lie. I mean, I got way more shit than I need, but I don't, maybe it's age. There comes a sense of permanence and just, I'm going to have this for a long time. And maybe with age is what that happens. But even when I was in college, I didn't buy shitty stuff. And And I recommend that people don't buy shitty stuff. So, DL, I just put a picture in the back for Glenn. Glenn's seen this picture before. This is my son when he was 14.
Oh my God, Dapper Dan.
Oh, that's what's up. That's a cool style. 1940s, 1950s kind of look. You know what I'm saying? Got the tie on. That's what's up.
Yep, got the tie, the sport coat, the shoes, the slacks. Got a cashmere overcoat.
Overcoat. Did he come up with this on his own? Just kind of.
That's what he wears to school. That's what he wears to school.
Hey, when I saw him the other day when he came over to me, I was like, "Oh, you can't come in. You ain't Dapper Dan. What the fuck's wrong with you?"
Yeah, he was wearing.
I'm expecting to see this. Don't be coming up here in casual shorts and shit. Nah, Dapper Dan, you need to have a hat or something.
Yeah,
and he could wear that same outfit right there with some really nice fitting jeans and like maybe a different pair, like some shoes, some brown shoes. Yeah, and if you have the money, yes, get quality if you can. Get the best you can because you want it to last. You don't want some shit you're just gonna throw away tomorrow.
Yeah, yeah, and it's just one of those things.
Hold on a second. I gotta correct somebody here. I did not put the chain wallet under my dress. Okay, that's some bullshit. Don't be starting that rumor. Don't start that lie.
I started something. I didn't mean to, but I did.
That is some bullshit.
That's right. Greg started it and I finished it. Goddamn it! Yeah, Glenn's about to hide all them goddamn chain wallets.
Like, there's nothing wrong with the chain wallet. I'm just saying, that they've had their time is,
Yeah, actually, you know what I actually have? I'm gonna tell you guys what I have. Like the suspenders, like for holsters, I have a wallet holster, okay, and a phone holster.
I've seen those.
All right, and they act as suspenders too, so I could dress fly and it just take off the coat, right, and you just have like a white T-shirt underneath, bro. You know how clean that look, man.
Yeah, last time I saw one of those horses was 1993. My homeboy, it was when I was at Bragg. One of my homeboys had it on. They thought he had a weapon.
Oh, you're gonna show the terrorist?
Yeah, this is my son Goof. Yeah, he laying around watching TV.
He got style.
He got
vest.
style.
Look at him.
16. You say he's 16 years old?
Yeah, and that picture he's 15.
Since pimping.
So he was 15 in that picture. Way ahead of the game. This kid is way ahead of the game. I think
Greg got a little bit of pimp in his blood.
And check the watch chain. He's wearing a silver watch and watch chain.
Yeah, I have a pocket watch. You know what I'm saying? And I wear it with my vest. And man, he's well ahead of the game. At that age, wow, you are definitely a proud father. Well done, son. Well done, son.
Yeah. So, Greg, no, where's the terrorist? No, we want to see the terrorist.
Oh, no, I can't. I mean, I don't know if you're ready for that.
I saw that picture.
If you're ready.
I saw that. Was it on your show? Yeah, it may have been a Glenn or Grizz, but I saw that. I saw that picture. He's like, yeah, I saw that. It's hilarious.
All right,
the terrorist is his son, his youngest son.
I was thinking about that one chick. I was thinking about that one chick that was on what was that? Whatever podcast.
Oh yeah.
I thought she was the terrorist.
No.
The one you sent me was cracking me up. I was like, he just grabbed that and he's drinking it like it's nothing.
But you know
what? Yeah. Oh, that was hilarious. You could share that one if you want. That's funny. It was funny. We were out to dinner the other night. My wife orders a for my son, my youngest son doesn't want like soda or apple juice. He wanted this normally it's a fruity alcohol drink.
It looked like it was a margarita, but it was like a virgin margarita.
Yeah, it's like a virgin daiquiri of some kind. And he just had to have it. He was just not taking no for an answer. So my wife got him this virgin daiquiri thing, and it so it was just hilarious. Just the whole thing.
Funny. Because every time I'm on the phone,
because he was sitting there drinking it like a grown up.
Yeah, he was sitting there like 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 he's in conversation with you. He's just sitting there talking to you like, cheers. I was
like,
dying.
Dad. No, Dad. No, listen, Dad. I love you. No. You
like, Dad, if you actually diversify your funds, if you actually moved it into this fund over here, it was going to go up. I mean, the dividends are going to be returning. It's going to be great. The market is bullish right now.
It's like, no. You guys are absolutely amazing. This is so good. You guys are absolutely amazing.
Yeah, it's so hilarious.
But Yo, real talk. This is why it's so important to have a man in the house.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
This is why it's so important to have a good man in the house, a good, positive male role model. This is why. This is when people say that I could do it by myself. Women like I don't need a man or whatever. But then she gets into a situation where she's a single parent by choice because she forced the man out, and then the child grows up, especially a boy, and she realizes she can't do it, and then she tries to go back and get male. Well, let me go get some coaches, or let me go bang some dude. It's too late. It's too late. Plus, that kid has a father. So it's just so important to have positive male influence on your children, especially your boys and your girls too.
This is what I tell,
I'm a single dad.
This is what I tell single moms all the time. I'm like, hey, if you're not dating anybody, you have no good male role models in your son's life, get him a coach, get him in a sport, get him in a martial arts, get a positive male figure in his life will change the game for him. All right. I have this one girl. She's a single mom. She works in the tech world. Like she's a genius. Like, I mean, I'm talking like she talks to like Elon Musk and the guys that run ChatGPT. Like she does all that coding stuff, you know. And she's like, Glenn, I'm having a hard time finding my son someone to look up to. I said, get him into sports, get him into a sport, get him into a martial art, get him a good coach. All right. And I did mention the Big Brother program. I was like, you know, I worked with people from the Big Brother program. She was living up at you know, Silicon Valley at the time. Now she moved, but you know, I said, look, I know some people over there from the Big Brother program that could actually plug you in if you want me to do that. And she's like, thank you. Like single moms know that when they have sons, they need to have a good male role model. Their only option that they think about getting a good male role model is if I find a good man, I could get a good male role model. Now, sometimes single moms need to think outside the box and go get a coach for your kid. Don't think about you at the moment. Think about your son. Get him a male role model that's a coach. Like Thor was a coach for me for years of my life, right? And, you know, I was with him all the way till the end of his life. So, I mean, a good male role model could really transcend your life and your kids' life.
Get them in a band. Like one of the most influential people in my life was Mr. Turner, our band director, throughout my whole time in high school. I played the alto sax. Get them in the band. You know, get them in Civil Air Patrol. That's another good one.
Is that your plane?
That's my plane. That's a little guy in the plane. He likes it.
He's a terrorist. Cool. He'll be a little kamikaze. I already know him.
All right, let me see. That looks like a high wing configuration. I'm gonna say Skyhawk. Was that Skyhawk?
No, it's actually a Aero Commander 100. So it's really rare. Okay. It's an odd rare plane. It's a 1968 Aero Commander 100.
You know, DL was air traffic controller, right?
Yeah, he retired. I'm a retired controller from Van Nuys. I think we talked about this, Grit. So yeah,
we did once before. Yeah, long time ago.
Yeah, long time ago. Damn, getting older, man.
I do think that it's important the men in your life, you know, the men in your kids' lives outside the father are really important. So like, you know, my son does scouts, he does sporting clays, he does you know, he goes to a private school where they're, you know, it's where they're really good role models there for him to draw from. I've made you know,
I'll be right back.
When he was younger, I made a point to go out and when he was exposed to people, I always wanted them to be good people, and not necessarily good in the sense of good versus evil, but you know, and again, we just go back to, you know, I was around a bunch of people who were in the military, who were in a very specific genre there, and that, you know, it helped them to be around him because it gave them some perspective for what they were fighting for, you know, people like him. And it gave him a lot of role models of people who could do great violence, but didn't. And so, you know, I think it's a two-way street a lot of times. And it's interesting because, you know, I think a lot of people, especially with the way people view some of our military and law enforcement and that sort of thing, the way a lot of people view those, you know, these are people who deal with, you know, a lot of problems, and they do dark things, and having a kid around that they can look at and looks up to them and listens to their stories and just is just a kid absorbing all that information, it does them a lot of good too, I think. And so I feel very fortunate that my oldest son had that opportunity.
You provided that, man. Pat yourself on the back, brother. You provided that for him. And I want to go back to what you said about the Scouts. You know, the Boy Scouts of America, Boys and Girl Scouts of America. Man, I really think we should bring that back as a society. I think it should be the norm as it was in my neighborhood. We were scouting, and I came up in the hood. And I'm here to tell you, if it weren't for the Boy Scouts, we can argue that I wouldn't be sitting here right now. I'd either be in prison or I'd be in the morgue, because the Scout laws, I could probably still, a Scout, I mean, what is it? A Scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. I'm 55 years old. I still remember that shit. And even when I was in the hood doing bad things, in my mind, deep down in the back of my mind somewhere, I'm like, you're not being a good Scout. And sometimes that got me to stop whatever it is I was doing. Like, I'm just gonna go home. I'm wrong. I need to get out of here. I need to get out of here. And that was the Boy Scouts of America. And I was in the hood. You know what I mean? So like that's part of that, you know, that our societal framework that we had back in the 70s and 80s, and it's kind of gone away. You know, I didn't make it all the way to Eagle Scout, but I was a senior patrol leader. I had responsibility. I was out there doing my shit. You know, I won some merit badges. I did my thing. So had some skill awards.
hey, we got a grip right here. We could do this. We could rent a dad. How about we rent a dad?
Oh my God.
We start a business, rent a dad program. We'll just send them all over the grids. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want your kids to be good, you want to have dressed like Dapper Dan, go to Grid's Rent a Dad service. We could rent Grid by the hour.
And keep me out of that one. I don't want nobody badass little kids around me.
I'm not sure that
remember Bebe's
sure
kids?
that there aren't some statutes that you'd be violating, but that's okay.
Oh my God, exactly. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Bebe's kids, we don't die, we multiply.
Nah, they multiply.
We're gonna do something like that. We got to do it with these kids got to get vetted. But I mean, in all seriousness, we do need men to step up in the community, every community. Sure. You know what I mean? Like the hood, the trailer park, the barrio, you know what I'm saying? Like the suburbs. We need to step up in every community, and we need to get back to that. We really do.
Here's the thing: the big problem is that men don't want to be accountable. They really don't.
You know, I've been thinking a lot about that lately, Glenn, and it's not just that.
Oh, I know it's not just that, but that's where it starts. Is that they don't want to be accountable.
Yeah, it's a huge slice of it. But I mean, there's another part of this. It's really vexing right now, and that is that
they don't like titties either.
Yes. Cleavage gate's a real thing, apparently. I didn't realize what I started, but
Grid started cleavage gate, you guys.
Grid started that shit.
Yeah, and then I've been catching smoke and taking.
I went on vacation.
Strays. He went on vacation, and I'm just catching strays.
Grid, this is for you for starting. This is for you for starting that shit.
You big dummy.
That's hilarious. So, but look. So there's a lot of people out there who think that they know how to do things, but they have no proof that they know.
Mm-hmm.
And this is something that burns my ass. And it really makes me want to punch someone really badly. And it's that a bunch of people who know jack shit about being a dad, being a parent, being a husband, being a father, they don't know anything about that shit. And they're telling people how to do it or how somebody's doing it wrong. Well, fuck those people. They don't know shit. And the worst possible dad who just shows up half the time is better than any of those sick fucks. I'm going to tell you that right now. 100% guaranteed. Christ is my witness. You can't tell me. I'm really annoyed with these people because what they're doing is they're going around virtue signaling. They're virtue signaling that because they believe something or because their actions are shaming women or or they're shaming men or what the fuck ever. They're virtue signaling themselves into oblivion. Because of that, they think they're doing the right thing. Man, no shit. They don't
But
know
where do they
shit.
get that from? Where do they get that
I don't
confidence?
know. I don't know. I thought it was. So I originally, I thought it was from the Christian crowd, because a lot of them are Christians. But it's
The Bible
it's more
thumpers?
like
Yeah.
these doomer fucks out there that believe that you can't find a good woman anymore. They're all 304s unless they're purity mind or some shit. I don't know. I don't even know where the fuck they get them, where they think they're going to get these obscure
You know,
women.
here's the thing: is purity means more than just, abstaining from sex. Is she pure at heart?
Well,
is her intentions with you pure?
Brother, and we've talked about this many times. First of all, the only thing that kept me from being legitimately called a male whore was the fact that I never charged for my services.
Did you accept food stamps?
No, I did not. I probably should have.
Did you accept IOUs?
I did accept blowjobs.
Hey!
But seriously, look. So here's the thing. Now, unless the person who is doing this virtue signaling is a legit virgin,
Okay.
who is devout beyond belief, and who has lived in the shadow of righteousness their entire life, I don't want to hear a fucking word.
What if they're a legit virgin that watches porn?
That's not
Can
righteous.
you be a virgin and watch porn?
It's not righteous.
So
Can you? Hold on. If watching porn can be considered cheating, if you're watching porn, can you still be considered a virgin? I don't want to make that call. I don't want to make that call.
But we say
Don't put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby. Don't put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
I'm too much of a heathen. I'm too much of a heathen to jump into that. But from what I was told as a kid growing up in the church, that's not living in, Christ. That's not living in the word. That's not being righteous.
Yeah.
So if you're watching porn, you can't say shit. And to your point with the doomers, y'all remember this scene in Full Metal Jacket? Remember this scene? Get some. Remember that scene? And then the old boy was like, the doomers are kind of like the guy in that scene. And it's like, if they run their 304s, if they don't run their well-disciplined 304s, it's like they're all 304s now. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like, what are we doing here?
This is the part that gets me, right? It's not a woman's job to keep my lust in check.
True.
So if she has titties out, I have the choice to look. I have the choice to fantasize. I have the choice to do these things, right? Nowhere in the Bible did Jesus run away from temptation. He endured temptation.
Right.
He was tempted by the devil 40 days, 40 nights. The man didn't run from that shit. He endured the temptation. So for to say like, oh, these women need to cover up their titties because I'm too weak to control my sexual urges. That's what it sounds like they're saying to me.
And I don't know if that's their intent to sound like that, but it certainly seems to be what they're saying. And look, I'm not casting judgment here. I'm making an observation.
To me, it's like it's taking the responsibility of how you are going to react, and you're putting it solely on her, saying that it's their fault. If her titties weren't out, you wouldn't have lusted after her.
Yeah.
So you're trying to say that you're so weak, you're that weak of a man that you can't just not give in to the titties?
Here's my take
so
on this.
Exactly. So I'm gonna, again, personally, right? I feel like I can speak to this because I was a heathen, right? I was, I wasn't a good person.
You're still not a good person.
I'm right. I'm still not. I'm definitely not a good person, but I'm better. Even at that point, I knew that it was me making the decisions that I made. It wasn't that if I lusted after a woman, it was because I found her attractive. It wasn't because she made herself attractive to me.
Mm-hmm.
That's not really how that works, right? Because you can have, I mean, I've seen a lot of women that most men would consider to be very beautiful that I'm like, you need to lay off the lip liner there, chick, right? Or whatever. It's not my thing. Now they may be Glenn's thing. I don't know. We have different types. I'm just saying, you know.
Here's the deal.
I can't speak for all men. You know, and you know, but
let me jump in just real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let me jump in real quick. Here's the deal. I try to hold myself to some sort of a standard, and I fancy myself a gentleman. I'm not always a gentleman, but I try. So when I'm hearing what Glenn is saying about the cleavage, let's say we're out somewhere, we're having I don't know, a family function, or you know, just a regular people gathering. Mm-hmm. There's a woman there, and she's got on a loose shirt, but it's not really showing a lot of cleavage. But when she bends over, you can see her breast, and she's not wearing a bra, right? When I see something like that in that environment, I'm trying to avert my eyes. My default is, you know, I don't need to be looking. I don't know whose wife this is, right, or whatever, or I'm
and
just,
to me,
you know,
that's man shit right there. Everybody pay attention. That's man shit right there. Pay attention to that.
That's what we're trying to bring back.
I just had this interesting situation the other day. I'm at this place for Taco Tuesday, right? And this lady, I'm getting to sit out at the table. The lady that's going to be sitting next to me pulls out her titty and starts breastfeeding her kid. And you know what? I just didn't even, I act like I didn't even see the damn titty. Like the person I was with was like, and I was like, what are you looking at? They're like, bro, I'm like, what? You don't know, what are you talking about? Like, it's not there if you don't want it to be there. You don't have to look at it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Have some decent. This is where male decency matters, because you staring at them.
Ooh, right? Glenn, you just said two words that are rarely combined, but are very important.
Male decency matters.
Decency.
And
male decency.
Male decency. It is not. It's indecent for you to stare and gawk at a woman's titty out. All right. If it ain't your wife's titty, you shouldn't be staring at that titty.
Right. Should we be pushing to replace toxic masculinity with male decency?
Yeah, absolutely. I think male decency.
I think so.
I think that's the gentleman thing to do. I think that's the gentleman thing to do. I think
and that's why I don't care about women's cleavage.
Yeah,
because I don't have to look at it. Right.
Exactly.
This is my problem with this whole calling women a whore, calling them 304s, which by the way, I'm perfectly capable of engaging in. I have.
Oh, we do know that. Like all the super chats or whatever, sure. You have no problem doing it.
I have no idea calling a whore. If she's acting like a whore, then I will. I have no problem calling that out. But here's the thing: if I'm out in public and I see a woman with her cleavage out, maybe she's got a short skirt, whatever. I don't know anything about that woman. I've not said word one to that woman.
Yeah.
For me to engage in which I literally had someone tell me that they did, that they would literally go up to women and tell them to cover themselves and be modest. Like, that's crazy to me.
Here's
not my
thing,
woman. This is where look, I'm going to be a little crass here. Not my bitch, not my problem. I'm just saying.
Well, see, this is the problem. Like, okay, you know, like you guys see Gia, Grid. You met Gia multiple times now.
Sure.
You see how she is.
Mm-hmm.
When she dresses the way she dresses, guess what? She's dressing for her husband.
Sure.
Her husband tells her what to wear. Her husband approves of every outfit, every picture that's ever been posted. Her husband does that. Why? Who are you, not her husband, to try to tell her to cover up her titties that her husband told her to put out like that?
Fair enough.
Right? Like,
yeah. I mean, that's a technique. That's a technique, man. But I like this male decency thing. And this is what, and Grid, we were talking about the Mano Swamp. We were talking about the red pill world as it is today. I think there's a shift.
The Mano Swamp, I like that.
Yeah, I came from Rich Cooper. I can't claim that, but that's his. I call it the Mano Swamp because he says it and I like it. But I think there's a shift. And I think, and you guys, I couldn't name it. I couldn't quite put my finger on it, but Glenn, you just did it. I think there's a shift towards male decency. I think there are guys out here trying to learn the game, and what these are good men, and what they're doing is learning the game while not compromising their decency. So they're like, okay, let me learn these tricks, let me learn these things. So when I do come across a woman, maybe I can discern if she's a 3 or 4, not based on her actions, based on what she's doing. You know what I mean? But also, let me work on my social skills, right? Let me incorporate all the good things that I can from the mental swamp. I'm gonna eat the meat, I'm gonna spit out the bones. And I think we're seeing a shift for those guys who are really trying to do the work, because we've agreed that these guys really do want wives. They want to live a life closer to what you have, Grid, versus than what, you know, my man Fresh is doing in Miami. And it's cool, grown man. You can do what you want to do. If you want to bang a bunch of 304s, you can do that. But if you want to have a family, you can do that too. I really think that's where the mental swamp and the red pill world is going right now. I think there's a shift. Am I crazy? Am I delusional for thinking that?
I don't know if it's if I could say the red pill's doing it. I think that globally, I think there's a shift or amongst at least Christian cultures such as the US, to some degree Britain. I think there is a shift more towards male decency, because the idea of being a gentleman needs to mean something again, and actually mean being a gentleman. Like ultimately, you know, one of the things about that I really like about the idea of being a gentleman is you're never unnecessarily rude. I like that, right? Which doesn't mean that you can't be rude, right? There's a time to be rude to someone.
Yes.
But you're never unnecessarily rude, right? So you're always polite to people. I think I think there's merit to that. Now let's take that and apply that to women. I see a woman with her tits out. I don't know. Maybe she's applying for a job as a barmaid, and she needs her, and she needs
to be real hooterific.
She needs to be hooterific, right? Yeah. Maybe her maybe
I made that one up. I coined that
her
one.
skirt is so short because that's the only skirt she owns, and she had a job interview, and that's what she needed to wear was a skirt, and that's the only one she owns, and she's doing the best she can. Am I you know how fucking ridiculous it is? You know, if it was a man and you judged a man because he had holes in his pants, or he had weak ass shoes, or his shirt was dirty, you would, if a woman judged a man because of that, you would say that woman was wrong. She didn't get to know that man. She doesn't know that man. She doesn't know his heart. She doesn't know his nature. Every single one of us, well, I don't know. I can't speak for everyone. I would say that. And I think a lot of men would say that, because they would say, well, you're just not giving that man a chance to show you the man that he is. And yet, most people are more than comfortable with saying that bitch is a whore based on how she's dressed. Without,
all right, I got a definition.
Nothing else about her.
You ready for this? Definition of male decency. Male decency is a man choosing discipline, honesty, protection, and responsibility even when there's no reward for doing so. It means telling the truth when lying would be easier. Keeping your word when breaking it would benefit you. Controlling your appetites instead of being controlled by them. And using your strength to protect rather than exploit. It means having enough self-respect and respect for women not to gawk at women you are not in a relationship with. Attraction is natural. Undisciplined behavior is a choice. A decent man does not act like every attractive woman is entitled to his attention, his eyes, or his lust. A decent man does not need to be perfect, but he must be accountable. He leaves people, families, and communities better than he found them.
You know, that's a great... That's fucking amazing. I wish they had worked in honor in there somewhere, because I'm listening for that. Like, I wish they were saying of honor or something to do with being honorable. But Don DeMarco to that was fucking great.
Thank you. I think honesty is part of honor, though. I mean, I think it's a simile for honor.
Yeah, it's basically being a gentleman.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what you're talking about. What you're really talking about is just be a gentleman. Don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick, man. There's nothing wrong with being a gentleman. I know I give my, our English friends, our English cousins across the pond a bunch of shit, but they still work on that gentlemanly thing. They still kind of do it. You know, it's not to where it was before. And, although I'm going to say this, and, don't take this the wrong way, guys, but back in the day, as far back as you want to go, if you want to go back you know, to the early 1900s, the 1800s, you know, all the way up until modern times. And we're not talking about all the negative shit, but we just treated each other with a level of respect. There was honor in being a man and being an honorable man and a righteous man, right? We used to call each other sir. All right, you know, yes, sir. How you doing, sir?
People, sir.
Well, only in prison. That only Glenn,
No,
when you know me, you probably want people.
No, they call me boss. Hey, boss.
Hey, boss. But
Hey,
they were
boss.
always saying sir. But you know, you
Yeah.
shouldn't just be saying sir when you're faced with authority or you're dealing with some shit. It should be, you know, it
No,
should be,
like-
you know, ma'am, sir, all the time.
I
do it. My
call
son
like
does
the
it.
waiter or the waitress. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Like
Mhm.
it's just natural. Or like if I'm just meeting somebody, yes, sir. You know, or no, sir. I was talking to one of the girls I do shows with. She's like, hey, can you do that for me? Yes, ma'am. It just still comes out. It's just natural. You know,
How do we get back to that as a society? What do we need to do as men, as leaders, to encourage that and get back to it? I guess we're taking the first step now. We're talking about it on our
We're
platform.
talking about it.
Well,
The first
as
step is
men, you have to.
demonstrating it. We have to demonstrate it. We have to apply it in our own lives.
Mhm.
We call that young man, that young waiter, thank you, sir, when he gives you your drink or your food. You know,
It starts young.
Yeah.
So my son, everyone remarks on how polite my son is. Both of them. They say yes, sir, no, sir, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. They say please, thank you, without fault.
Yeah.
Everyone.
I get a
will
test of
remark
that.
about that.
I get a test of that. I even made jokes about him, and then he called me, just thank you, sir. You know, you want to sit down?
So
Yes, sir.
it
Like,
it
Hey, Glenn,
starts
can
with
you
that.
highlight that chat right there?
Which one?
Jal Millennial, I think it is. That one.
But it's hard to be a gentleman in today's world where it seems like nobody has respect for themselves. Actually, it's not hard.
Yeah, it's
not hard.
easy. Makes it
It's
easy.
It's easier than ever.
And it stands
Because
out. Stands out.
It's a choice. It's a choice. I get to choose to be a gentleman. It doesn't matter what the fuck you do. I get to choose. You don't have the power. The world doesn't have the power to determine how I'm going to behave, how I'm going to interact with people.
The interesting thing is it starts first of all getting the youth to do it and to realize that there is a casual and a formal world.
Yeah.
Casual really only belongs in the home.
Yep.
Or in a bar. Outside of that, you
I
and
mean,
I are
even in the bar, I tell the bartender,
Yeah,
"Thank you, sir." You know,
I agree with that, but I'm saying that you can be casual with your friends in a bar, but not with people you don't know. You need to be very formal with.
Yeah,
I think,
And I think
start that way.
Ultimately,
I think when older guys like us demonstrate it, not just other older guys, but we demonstrate it by calling those young men sir. We thank you, sir, to the young man, right? Now we are setting a precedence to how I expect them to talk to me.
Yeah. And you don't accept it if they don't.
Exactly. They do.
Yeah. It really has to come from
The older generation. It has to come from us.
building a culture of older and new, even college age kids. We have to build the culture of this is what's acceptable. And if you don't do it this way, I just don't accept that. Right. Like I'm going to correct you. If my son comes to me and says, especially when he was younger, my son would come to me and say, hey, I need this. I'd be like, what? Excuse me? And then he would rephrase it. Dad, I really need help with this.
Oh, I never let my son say yeah. Like when I'll call him like, hey, come here. Yeah. Boy. Coming, sir.
Yeah, it's difficult to. Back in the day, it was easier, especially if you came from a traditional family, you have mom and dad in the house, because you're getting taught the same thing. Mom and dad are holding the standard. But when you have split households, it is difficult, but you can't give up. You got to keep doing it. So because I go through that with my daughter right now, I have a 17-year-old. And so now it's like, because I wasn't able when she was young to ingrain the yes sir, no sir, yes ma'am, no ma'am. Because it was split households, and I would, I'm working. This is before, of course, I wasn't retired. I'm retired now, but I was working. I missed the window to ingrain it. So now it's a constant battle. Now it's like, well, listen, you really should consider this. You really should change your way because it's only going to benefit you down the road. And so you can lose, like you want a summer job, and you didn't get the job because the kid who got the job said yes sir, no sir, yes ma'am, no ma'am. And it's like, well, Dad, Papa, that's not a thing. That's 100% a thing.
Yeah.
Well, and so this is people can tell when it's contrived and you're just doing it for the interview or whatever, and they can also tell when it's just a way you talk to people.
Yeah.
And so a lot of it also comes from involving your children, teenagers, and even college students in programs where it is unacceptable to speak to people in a casual way. And so when my son goes to camp every year, and when the camps he goes to, most of them, it's pretty formal in the way that you speak to each other. And now they have downtime. And so it also clearly defines, hey, this is downtime and you can talk however you want, but this is during business hours, so to speak. And this is when we're working. This is when we're learning. And this is formal. And I think that to be honest, I think the way forward is since public schools aren't going to do it, I think private schools, I think homeschooling, I think Christian schools. I think that's your answer. I think that's where that polite. At my son's school, when an adult walks in the room, every single student has to stand.
Oh wow!
When an adult walks in the room,
that's military right there.
It's just a private school. There's no, but every single student has to stand. If and then they're allowed to sit back down. If you speak to a student, it is yes sir, yes ma'am, no ma'am, straight down the line. They are required by their school code to be polite to a fault, to visitors, to guests, to staff, to any adult, parent, anyone that's on campus, and to each other. And so when you foster that culture, that's what you get out. And this is where parents have to be. This is where parents, whether you're a single parent or not, this is where uncles and aunts, this is where the community that you choose to be a part of, you have to choose the people to be a part of your kid's life that are going to reinforce the ideals that you want. And you have to shut out the people who aren't. They can't be around your kid.
So now we're into it takes a village. Yeah, now we're back to that. It takes a village, which I've always believed in.
Absolutely.
It takes a village to raise a child. Okay, let's go back to what you were saying with the camps. I agree with you wholeheartedly. Because for me, that's like where that comes in with the scouting. That's baked in.
Yeah.
So if
Same thing with scouting.
So should we as a society, with our local, state, federal government, should those camps be funded by taxpayer dollars?
I would prefer not, personally. I think that in some areas it may have to be because just no money. It's just not realistic otherwise. But I mean, when I was a kid, I was a poor kid, and I went to church camp. Same thing. Yes sir, no sir. Low cost, almost basically free. Very respectful. Very.
Yeah, but I would say
character building.
Churches today don't hold that. I mean, maybe some more older denominations will still hold that principle, but very few.
It is troubling, I think, how for the past 15 or 20 years, it seems like
I want to say 30 years.
I wouldn't, but you were in California, so I can understand that.
Always really blame me for where I'm born from. Gosh, great. It's not my fault I was born there.
I didn't say it was your fault. I'm saying that, it's just the influence, man. But when we look at, so I would say for like the last probably 15 or 20 years, probably 15 years in my case, I've noticed that there is a laxity so my Southern Baptist church, I've been a member of for 40 years. My grandmother was passed at 104, and she'd been going to that same church since 1950. Right. and maybe a little earlier than that. Right? So when we talk about how the church changed, it was basically the same right up until about 15 years ago, when it really, from my perspective, it did soften a little bit, but they still talk about sin and going to hell.
Yeah, they talk about sin, but I'm talking about like the decency and like the way that
They taught. Yeah, the difference I noticed
guys
is
in man buns. You got guys in man buns and ripped jeans up there preaching.
No, not here, buddy.
Not there, but I'm just saying they're all over. It's not like it's like a young.
They might show up once.
They're trying to. I'm talking about the pastors are wearing ripped jeans and like flip flops. They don't.
Yeah,
they don't
the
have
casualness is what bothers me.
Yeah,
I do agree
and
with
that,
that.
and that leads to the lack of decency, because when it's casual, if you present yourself casual, your talk is going to be casual.
And I actually don't have a problem necessarily with, so if it were the case,
I'm not saying you got to go to your church in your Sunday best, but I expect the pastor to be in a suit.
I don't know about the suit, but I can understand a pastor wanting to reach a more youthful crowd wearing maybe slacks and a jacket.
That's where you get a youth pastor.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Right. I could understand that. But when addressing the full congregation, I agree. A suit tie, that's more appropriate.
It kind of comes with the sense of like a position, not necessarily a position of authority, but a position of honor.
Well, especially in the church, like it's showing the ultimate respect and honor to what you believe in. You're not dressing for the kids. You're not dressing for the congregation. It's like, you're putting you're putting your best self forward for the Lord, right? You are the Lord's representative, be it Southern Baptist or non-denominational or Catholic or whatever. So I would look at it that way. But I mean, we're humans. We're gonna do what we gotta. We're gonna do what we gotta do. Mr. was asking about ROTC. Is that taxpayer funded? I don't think so. I think ROTC might be a local thing, maybe state. I don't think it's federal.
It's well, no, it is taxpayer funded. It's a federal program.
Yeah, and it's to the schools. So
because every school doesn't have Roxy. That's why I was saying like we didn't have it where I went to school, but the nice neighborhoods, the suburbs, they had ROTC. And I was
you have to have somebody willing. You have to have a group on the school willing to do it. And there are schools all the time that lose it and then they get it back because there's just no they're for whatever reason they have no interest and they just can't get the
that's federally
up.
Funded. That's actually
I believe it is federally funded. Yeah.
But it's
federally funded because
funded through the same federal funds for the school districts.
Yeah, it's federally funded specifically to try and prepare the youth for the idea of military service, whether they go there or not. It's meant to give them an idea of, hey, this is what military service is going to look like.
Well, I mean, and let's get this straight. Junior ROTC is on high schools.
Yeah.
ROTC is on college.
And ROTC is actually part of the Army or the Marines.
The ROTC, they come out with commissions. So they're treated, these cadets, these treated if they choose. But where they're doing, I remember in basic training, they had
don't they also have to get a letter? Because you could be an ROTC, but if you don't get a letter from your senator, you're not going to get the commission. Yeah. So you won't get the commission unless you get a letter from your senator.
But you can go into JROTC and come out as a it's not a first lieutenant.
Second lieutenant. That's the second lieutenant is the lowest rank. That's where you start.
Yeah, I think you can come out as a second lieutenant. Getting the letter from the senator is that's just a formality, but or your state representative.
Well, I mean, it gets you approved to go through get into the academy a lot sooner.
Right.
But
all that really does is in theory, you get to kind of skip the line. And
well, you do. I mean, you don't have to do nowhere near as much as because they'll base it off your community service. You have to build your resume with community service, your grades, your criminal record has to be spotless. There's a lot of things that you have to demonstrate and you have to have good grades. Like you have to have a good GPA, if you have a letter from your senator, I mean, you're pretty much a shoo-in.
Yeah. And again, I just enlisted as I was enlisted. So
who is Sophia? Is that?
Oh, about Jesus. She's saying that thing about Jesus. In the
she's saying a lot.
Going to people with no shoes. Well, here's the thing. When I notice, and I'm not, like I said, I'm a real heathen, but I am spiritual. I my relationship is with God. I don't care what anybody else is saying. I'm doing what I'm doing. I've always looked at religion as like it's a quest. It's kind of like Arthur and his knights looking for the Holy Grail kind of thing. It's like an individual thing. It's not supposed to be easy. I think people make it too easy, in my opinion. But to her point, when you talk about clothes and how people are dressed and all that, and they start talking about Jesus, and Jesus didn't wear, he taught the people with no shoes. He wasn't wearing fashion stuff. Like, yeah, but Jesus wasn't in the church either. So, like, I mean, and I like that idea. Like, why do we got to have a church? Jesus was out there.
Well,
people where they were.
The church is the body of believers.
Yeah,
it's a body.
It could be two. It could be two people.
A church is not a structure. It's not a facility. Yeah. It's a body of believers.
It's an interesting thing. I think
guys, we're almost hitting the 3.5 hour mark. I don't know about y'all, but
we can wrap it. Yeah, we can wrap it up. You know what I mean? Not
11:30.
We can wrap it up. I mean, I just like talking to you guys, man. Greg, I've been trying to have a conversation with you for a minute, man. I'm just happy you.
Well, I went on vacation. I basically took the last month and a half off, and somewhere in there I had 3 or 4 days online, and I created Cleavage Gate and a bunch of other things.
And then he leaves me the mess. He's like, "Here, Glenn, could deal with this."
It kind of was.
I'm like, I love titties though.
It was really funny because the whole thing was just really it's really interesting to me because and again, this is my opinion on it, and this is just based for me on biblical terms, right? And that is, women ought police other women as far as how they're acting, what they're wearing, what they're
said that in Titus 2.
Whatever they're doing. Women police other women. Men, honestly, we shouldn't give a fuck. It's not our deal. They're women. Let them do their thing.
And men should police men.
And men,
and this is
men
what we're
should
not
police men. And this is what
hold on, Greg. I want to pause you right there.
All right.
This is what we're not seeing right now. We're not seeing men policing men. We're hearing men tell men to lie to women to get what they want, right? The Tates lied to women. You see where it got them, right? Like, if we had men policing men, like, hey, bro, that's unbecoming behavior of a man. Don't be doing that. You're making us look bad. Like, instead of hearing all these guys shaming women, I would love to see some same guys. Actually, I told these two guys today, they want to debate me, right? I said, I want you to do a podcast on calling out bad male behavior before you debate me, because I don't think you'll come into this debate on good faith.
Mm-hmm.
So I give them a month. I said, you have a month to make a podcast on calling out male behavior, bad male behavior, before I will agree to debate you.
And I agree with Glenn, and I call out both sides equally, right? But now let's be honest, Dio. If you and I were out at a bar, and I knew that you were in a relationship, I'm assuming you're not, but if you were, and I knew that you were in a relationship, and you're out ogling some bitch's titties, it's my job to say, dude, keep it in your pants. What's wrong with you? Right. Be a man. You're embarrassing yourself, right? And that's my job as a man to you. It's not my job to go tell a woman to put her titties away. It's my job to tell you, hey, take a picture to last longer, asshole. That's my job as a man.
Well, I got a real life situation I could say, like sure. My brother. This is my brother. Guy, we met when I was in the United States Army. We were in the same unit together. He's a little, younger than me. We came up together. Went around the world, did all that hood shit together, right? And he got married to a woman. And she's an amazing woman. I was there in the beginning, and I told him, like, hey man, don't fuck this up. She's definitely the one, bro. Like, I'm happy for you. This will work out great. And he didn't. To his credit, he didn't mess it up. They got together. They got married. They raised 2 amazing young men, and they're doing really well to this day. If I'm out with him, and using your example, and he starts, hollering at some other girl or whatever, I'm not just gonna say, hey, keep it in your pants. I'm gonna smack him in the back of his head. Because that's my brother. What the fuck are you doing? Are you serious? Right? Yo, what are you doing? I co-signed your wife, man. Look, it turned out great. You know what I mean? You guys, you had to work. It ain't like it was easy, but y'all made it work.
That's
Y'all won.
exactly right.
What are we doing? That's what you should do. But now these dudes, will encourage their men. And they're like, well, yeah, man, I should be telling him I should be covering for him and lying for him so he can bang some nasty girl's gonna destroy everything he built over the past 30 years. That you're not my friend.
That's right.
That's not it's no
see,
honor,
and
women are just as bad. Women are just as bad.
Like,
Women,
I can't get into business with guys that will cheat on their wives. If you're gonna cheat on your wife, then you're definitely
cheat on me.
Cheat on me.
You're definitely gonna cheat on me.
So,
That's 100%. And what's even worse is it's bad enough that the men will do it, right? Like that's bad. It's worse that women will encourage other women to do that shit.
Well, actually, I don't think it's worse. I think it's just equally as bad.
No, it's to me it's worse because when
I'm not gonna say the one sin from one gender is less as bad as the other gender doing it.
Yeah, but I don't see. I guess where I'm drawing a line is I think men will accept that other men will do it and they won't stop them. Women will encourage and push other women.
I will say that, yeah, when women, if man or woman are encouraging them to do it, that's a problem.
That's worse.
And you do see more women encouraging women, and it's always the divorcees, the ones that get divorced are always encouraging their married friends to do something. That's why I like, hey,
do something stupid.
If you have, if you and your wife or girlfriend have friends that are in a relationship and they're breaking up, stay away. Stay away.
Friend, like my buddy, who I was just using he and his wife as an example. You know, if he watches it, hey man, don't hate me. I love you, brother. But he doesn't care if I use this as an example. But he tells me all the time. He's like, their friends that come around and ask him, "What's y'all secret? What's y'all secret?" It's like, you know what? We keep people out of our fucking business. That's our goddamn secret.
That's our secret. If I told you the secret, you'll be in our business.
Yeah, 100%. I just think it's. I mean, I think it's very strange that and so and let's take that same situation you're talking about. Let's say that it's your buddy, you're out with him, he sees some, bimbo out there, and you go over and you say, and you tell that woman to cover her tits up. Yeah. You go over and tell that woman to cover her tits up, or hey, you need to dress modest, or whatever. Does that actually solve any of the problem? Does that help?
He actually just drew more attention to her titties.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Now she thinks your friend is probably way cooler than you. So now you've done your friend dirty. Right? Now
dirty.
So
yeah.
Gentlemen,
let's wrap it up here.
Yeah.
This has been an outstanding conversation. Grid, thank you so much. Glenn, thank you, bro. But me and Glenn are always having these conversations anyway. This is what we were talking about on the phone. We just decided to fucking film it. We just decided to film it this time.
I want to propose this. Grid, you don't normally do Sundays. But what if we made this like an every other Sunday thing?
Or pick any day you want.
Sunday Man Talk is a down day. You're not really, there's no scheduled conversation. It's just man talk. Sunday night.
I'm open to it. Yeah.
I'm down.
Okay.
I'm down. We'll try to make it happen, guys. So it's back to your regular programming now, your regular scheduled program. You can see the train wreck over here on Glenn Lawrence's fucking platform. I don't participate that much in that shit. Glenn tries to set me up all the time, motherfucker. I love you, but you be trying to set my ass up. And he be like, oh, where did DL go? Motherfucker, you know I'm not going to be on a panel with that person or that person or that person. Come on.
DL's selective with the people he wants to be seen on screen with. He's bougie like that. Like, nah, I'm bougie.
Not a bad way to be.
I mean, bro, I just want to have, if the conversation leads to something and we can get some sort of fruit from it, I'll do it. But if it's just a train wreck, oh man, I ain't got time for that shit, man. I'm not gonna name names, but
my interviews are great. My interviews, there's no train wrecks with my interviews. Wait till tomorrow. I got Sterling Cooper dropping tomorrow. We're dropping the Sterling Cooper one tomorrow. It's a great video, great interview. Actually, let me play the teaser for it real quick.
And then we're out.
Yeah, then we're out. Audi, like Andre 3000. Here we go. Let me download it real quick. All right, here we go. I'm going to show you guys a video. You guys are going to enjoy this.
For men is tied to sexual performance in a big way. One of many strategies is the art of like positive reinforcement. You ask any woman, which of these two scenarios is more exciting and arousing? The guy who just takes you randomly like over the kitchen counter when you're not expecting it and he's just really passionate and takes you with complete unpredictability, or the guy who's like...
Our guest tonight is Sterling Cooper, an internationally recognized relationship and sexual performance coach who has helped thousands of men become more confident lovers. Former adult film performer turned educator, Sterling now focuses on bridging the gap between what people think they know about intimacy and what actually creates lasting passion. He is the author of The Pleasure Blueprint, where he explores communication, attention, masculine leadership, and psychology behind great sex in long-term relationships. Tonight, we're going to dive into his ideas, challenging conventional wisdom, and asking him the questions most people are too afraid to ask. Please welcome Sterling Cooper.
That's one hell of an introduction.
So stay tuned to that, you guys. This was a great conversation here in the studio with Sterling. It drops tomorrow at 6 p.m. What do you guys got coming out? You guys got coming out anything?
I should be back to my normal schedule this week. I'll do the, I don't know that I'll do the Monday afternoon show tomorrow, but probably I'll do something tomorrow evening, Wednesday. And then of course I fly out Thursday to do, to get ready for the debate con.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, congratulations on that, by the way, bro. I mean, just putting it together was a fucking feat in itself, man. I know how hard it is to pull that stuff off, man. So shout out to you.
Well, this is the second time, and this is going to be even bigger. You know, bigger, longer, and uncut, as they say.
There it is.
There it is. Yeah, yeah.
I can't wait to bring it out here to Central Florida. I can't make it this week, but you know, I won't miss another one. I promise you that. I'll be. At
we are looking at.
I told them already. They were looking at doing one out here.
Yeah, we're looking at doing it in Florida in like January-ish.
That was November. We were talking about.
I was thinking November, but that may be. Well, the problem is that's when all the holidays and school stuff hits.
Mm-hmm. Thanksgiving, Christmas.
Yeah. Well, maybe we did it early November, like right after not right after Thanksgiving, right after Halloween.
I don't know that once for me, you know, as a dad, once Halloween hits, that next 8 to 10 weeks, there's just nothing that's fucking done.
That's true.
So I'm thinking probably mid-January is probably going to be the thing, because and it's not because of me. Honestly, I can make it work, but I think chasing down guests and getting people
already
to come,
hard when it's
already hard, and then add in that they've got families, they're trying to get to grandmas for Christmas, they're trying not to piss their brother-in-law off for the third time, you know, like I'm like, so I don't know, I think it was Gibbs or you maybe that was somebody was arguing with me about November versus January, and then they won the argument because I was like, yeah, you know what, every single point was fucking correct. And then I thought about it.
I think it was Gibbs. It wasn't me.
Yeah, I thought about it while I was driving the other day.
I acknowledge when I lose an argument to you, but I always take my wins, like when I beat you on the, you know, a paternity test abortion.
You've lost that 3 times now.
I've never lost that with you.
You constantly what you do is that I'm winning, and then you go, oh no, we got to go to commercial. Oh no, we're done. Oh, we're done. We're gonna close it.
No, without you know, you guys are wrapping
this up. He's like, oh, time out.
We're wrapping this up. The show's over, you guys. You got to go home. Get off my lawn.
Yeah, he's running the closing trailer. Like, what the fuck, man? He's running the outro. Like, ain't this some shit? But now January is much better, bro. It's nothing going on. It's after New Year's. It's before Valentine's Day. It's most people's schedules are wide open in January, especially mid-January. So that's a smart move.
I actually thought about doing a Valentine's Day deal. Like that might even Valentine's Day. The problem is that, you know, then it gets into like couple stuff and people want to spend time.
What couple wants to go watch a debate? Hey, honey, you want me to take you on a date tonight? We're going to go to a debate.
Yeah, but I want to do more that. So we want to make this more like an actual con. And I actually want to start. I want to reach out to
some like robbing people for money con, but like
like a conference.
More like like SEMA or SHOT Show or PRI or any of the other big conventions, where we don't just have like of course I'm big into the debating, but I also we've got there are other things that there are other forms of social media that I dabble in, and I would like to have those there. And I think that you could have, it wouldn't just be my debates. We could get Pangburn to come down with his Unfuck America bullshit. I don't like the guy, but I'd be willing, if he's going to pay me, I'd be willing to have him there. Right. Like that's simple math. The same thing with, some of whatever, I don't care.
And Grid, you don't know this, but I'm a stand-up comedian, promoter, producer, writer. I was doing that in LA while I was doing
I'd love to have
ATC.
comedians there too. That'd be great.
Bro, we got you. Me and Glenn been already working on it. We
News.
Got you, bro.
I'd like to have some of the news channels that don't have anywhere to get together. Like the big part is like there's a bunch of different spaces, like the reviewers, the people who make their entire content is all reviewing somebody else's content, and then you've got the red pill space, you've got the libs, you've got all these, and it would be great to just have a convention where all these people could go hang out, network. We could maybe get like Elgato to come out, Rode to come out. We could get all of these people, because you're going to have these content creators there. It's a great opportunity for people to market their products to, right? And I just I would like to grow it. So I would like to grow it beyond just 10 debates.
Yeah,
that's my idea anyway. So
that could be the center point, and we got all this other shit going on as well. And bro, I'm calling right now. 3 years from now, we'll have the Critical Drinker, because I'm a huge fan of the Critical Drinker. I would love to have where we do some sort of thing about what's going on in Hollywood. That would be a good debate. Get someone like the Critical Drinker to debate. To get to debate somebody from mainstream Hollywood, that would be fucking amazing. But that's gonna take some coins. So I 3 years. I call it 3 years. We'll make it happen.
Yeah. Well, we'll. Again, I'm open to a lot of different things, and I'm willing to work with anyone that's willing to work with me and not stab me in the back. Look, we invited Destiny to the event here in Texas. Like, we still don't know if he's going to show up or not. He just didn't answer. Like, we sent him the invite. He's welcome to come. He just hasn't answered. Maybe he'll come by. Maybe he won't. I don't know.
Hey, can we get Abba to come down and talk about how to treat a woman right?
That would be hilarious.
Abba from Auburn Preach. Yeah,
I knew exactly who you were talking about.
All right, let's wrap this up. See, we're gonna be we're like girls here, but we keep saying we're gonna go, but then we keep talking.
I'm trying to go. I'm like, yo, man, I'm about to end the stream. Let you guys keep on talking.
He's not trying to leave. It's all.
I'm hungry. I'm hungry and I'm tired. I gotta get up early in the morning.
All right.
We'll
see. All right, guys.
Get out of here.
It was a wonderful conversation. Let's just shoot this for another 2 weeks. Actually, yeah, 2 weeks. Let's do 2 weeks.
Yeah. Let's try to make it happen. Yeah, let's try to make it happen. I'm down.
All right, gentlemen,
fellas.
you ain't got to go home, but you got to get the hell up out of here. All right, got to get the hell up out of here.
All right, go for another hour. Fuck that. We out.
Pay us.
Yeah, money talk.